Welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast, where we bring you all of our nerdy news, thoughts, opinions, discussions, everything under the nerdy sun. And of course, I am joined today by my two co-hosts, Benjamin and Aiden. Gentlemen, how are we doing today? I want to hear from Mr. New Mic Stand first. Aiden H Talks, how are we doing?
I'm wonderful.
Psych,
today.
don't care. Ben, how we doing, man?
Buddy, forget. I think this is 3 episodes in a row. He's got himself put in timeout.
Buddy forgot who's Papa.
You sit right there. I'm doing great. I had a great Christmas. This man can join afterwards. Got to go see the fam. Went down to Texas. I got a new mic stand. You know, it's nice. I've been on a little vacation. I'm doing great. Mr. Ben, how have you been this past week?
Was that a gift, the mic stand?
Yeah.
Nice. I honestly didn't even realize that you didn't have one.
I've always just had it sitting on this wonderful thing that we've been
leveled up, baby. Be like Big Papa, Big Daddy over here.
I had a good Christmas. Lots of plans between multiple families, so we had like 6 different things, and it's a good time. Lots of good food. I had a 5-day weekend, so that was pretty nice and relaxing. So good times all together. Can't complain.
Can you believe there's people who've been off work since last Friday or the Friday before last Friday?
A full week?
I've been off work.
And they're going to be off until Monday, bro. Until next Monday.
People take 2 weeks off.
I've been off work from the 19th to January 5th.
That's everybody. That's my fiance's like that. Her older brother's like that. It's crazy.
Bro, ask her where her grind is. What are we doing?
It's crazy, man. Crazy stuff. And it's all paid too. Actually, I don't know. Is yours paid, Aiden? What?
Dang.
That's redonkulous.
Technically.
Sure.
But
we won't get into the minutia.
We don't have to get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking, assholes. I had a good Christmas.
See, I didn't ask because I just assumed you were gonna talk. Like,
you always talk about
you know what
yourself.
they say about assuming, Ben? It makes an ass out of you and me. Okay, so
I've actually heard that, to be fair.
I had a good Christmas. Yeah. Drove to another state, which was funny because Aiden posted his drive time from Missouri to Texas, and it's like 5 hours, and like you have to drive through a whole other state to get there. Versus like my travel, it just shows how big Oregon is. I'm doxing myself a little bit.
Wait, no, my total trip was 9.5 hours.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
never mind then. Golly, mine was 7. Mine was 7, but
only in Oregon.
No, I went to Washington, but driving from I don't even care, the bottom of Oregon up to the top of Oregon, and then to like halfway through Washington is quite a feat. But 9 hours, all right, buddy, calm that down. That's crazy.
Well, what's even crazier is like from where I am, or where I live in Texas, Central Texas, down to like the absolute south, like bordering Mexico, is maybe like 4 hours. So that's the distance from there. From here to the top of Texas, not the panhandle, not like the handle right here, but like just the top of Texas, is another 5 hours. So like it's just from one part of Texas to the top is 9 hours in and of itself. So I think it takes me 4.5 hours to get to Oklahoma, and then the other 5 hours of that is all in Texas.
Insane.
It's a pain in the butt. Yeah.
I hate long car drives, man. I hate them so much.
I love them. I always prefer to drive.
Don't you like watch movies on your drive?
Yeah. I just Well, see, and that's why I couldn't watch Frankenstein. We were talking about it earlier. I couldn't watch Frankenstein because the little adapter that we have, it it lets us watch YouTube and Netflix while we drive. It lets it do it on the screen for CarPlay. And so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like crush a bunch of like Netflix movies, whatever's on there. And I get in the car to start my trip,
Send
and
me
it's
a
just
link
not,
to that adapter. Not gonna lie.
it wasn't, it stopped working.
Oh,
So I was like, great, now I can't watch anything on this drive. I have to just listen to like my podcasts or music. So I mean, it was fine. I still listen to podcasts, but I would have much rather just like crushed a bunch of movies, especially Frankenstein, because that would have made time go by so fast. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I made the drive. Well, I mean a lot of driving for my fiance as well, but not enjoyable for me. But without further ado, let's get into some housekeeping. As some of you know, if you're regular listeners or watchers, you can leave us a comment or fan mail, and we will read it aloud at the beginning of every single episode, so long as we had any comments and whatnot. This time we do, from our one and only, the lovely B Woody, and he says on last week's episode where we talked about Avatar, Fire and Ass, he says, movie box office is one of my favorite things to talk about, because we were having a little bit of a discussion of next year and all the movies and that are coming out and their potential to making $1 billion. He says, so I think the Odyssey and Dune 3, in parentheses, especially if it sticks to the same day as Avengers, end parentheses, aren't making $1 billion. Then he says, I really think outside of Avengers, Spider-Man, and Mario, nothing else is guaranteed $1 billion. I think Moana live action and Minions 3 have the next best chance at $1 billion. Might be spitting there.
No,
Might be spitting there. If Dune doesn't move, but I do think Dune's going to move. I think Warner Brothers is saying that now. They're standing 10 toes down. They're moving. They are moving.
One of them is moving.
I think for IMAX purposes, it probably will.
Yeah.
And I can see.
And I don't think Avengers is moving based on they're literally doing a countdown right now. Like I just don't think that they're doing a countdown for all their teasers. So I think there's 100 Disney standing 10 toes down, 11 toes down, and they are not moving.
11. Stranger Things.
All right, buddy. Wrap it, pal.
I think I agree with, like, Dune 3 is not a lock to make $1 billion, but I think there are some other guarantees. I think Toy Story 5 is a guarantee. I mean, Zootopia 2 and Inside Out. How did Toy Story
4 do?
Over $1 billion.
It did.
Yeah, like every single more like sequel focused Disney Pixar movie in the last few years, I'm pretty sure has. I even think Moana 2 made a lot of money, even though it was pretty poorly reviewed compared to the first one.
Sure. He maybe forgot about Toy Story 5.
Well, I talked to him a little bit too about this, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, really? You don't think that, like, you think that just those three are guaranteed? That being Mario, Avengers, and Spider-Man. And we talked a little bit about it. I said that I do still think Dune 3 could cross $1 billion just because of how big of a name Timothée Chalamet is right now, and just how big of a movie Dune 2 was, and the fact that Dune 2 made $700 million after the first one was a HBO hybrid theater release. Has a lot. Yeah, it has a lot to say about. I mean, I don't know. I just think the fact that Dune 2 made that much money has a lot to say about what Dune 3 will do, combined with the star power that Timothée Chalamet now has, because from Dune Part 1 to Dune Part 3 is night and day compared to how big of a name he is now. So I think Dune Part 3 easily, I'd put money on it that it makes over $1 billion. If it moves. But yes.
What do we have money on? We have money on.
Yeah, you guys made a bet on something.
Oh,
I forgot what it was.
Steve dying.
Yes.
Oh, I said that he doesn't die, right?
Yeah. We'll see tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow.
$10. Yeah, there's no way. Anyways, yeah, I think Dune Part 3 100% is making $1 billion. Those three for sure. And like, we could even have Brandon on here because I know he like you said, he loves talking about box office stuff. Yeah, Toy Story 5, Moana live action. I could see those two. Minions, I could see as well. I don't know. I think he will be in for a shock when it comes to next year. But again, I mean, I think we discussed a little bit of this, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like you're not giving it as
Also
much of a
saying Odyssey
chance.
won't. Nolan,
Odyssey,
it's
that
the
one.
motion.
What
I don't know.
with that one? I think his reasoning, and again, I'd love for him to come speak for himself. But his reasoning was, like the event that was Oppenheimer, right? Going up with Barbie, the event that was, and that not even pushing it over the $1 billion mark.
Oppenheimer made $1 billion.
I thought it only made 900 million.
Pretty
I may be leaning
sure.
more towards Aiden on this one. I don't know that it actually made it.
I think they were pushing for it. 976.
976.
So it like got
I knew
right
Barbie made it, but
there.
I think it didn't. Yeah, it did.
Barbie made it, but that one didn't. So
But there's something to be said. Oppenheimer being as big as it was probably brought more eyes to Christopher Nolan as a director, as crazy as that might sound, but for other people who aren't as into the film space. So maybe they'll want to be here for the Odyssey.
yeah. I would parlay Dune Part 3 making a bill, Odyssey not making a bill. I'd put that in a parlay and see what that gets me. I'd put my money on that.
Yeah, I think if the Odyssey ends up being rated R, which I think it likely is, then I could see it not making $1 billion. Because
I
mean,
also could see it making $1 billion though.
I could, yeah. But like
that's-
R-rated movies making $1 billion is still like the number is, I think, like 7 total movies or something like that. It's really low.
Yeah.
It might even be less than that.
I kind of forgot that Minions is coming out next year. Minions 3. Those movies just seem so irrelevant to me.
So brain rotted.
I want this by Worldwide. Yeah, it's 2 movies that have been rated R have crossed $1 billion, which is Deadpool and Wolverine and then Joker. Third place being Oppenheimer, and then the 2 Deadpool movies after that. The other 2 Deadpool movies after that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dang,
So,
only 2 rated R movies. Yeah, because I do remember when Deadpool and Wolverine was coming out, everyone was talking about how it's the second of all time.
Yeah, it's the highest grossing R-rated movie.
Yep.
By a decent margin.
Yeah.
Sloptastic. That's what people love.
Roller coasters.
Scorsese was right. He was right.
Great guy.
Brandon, thank you for the comment, man. Maybe you'll comment again and give us a little bit more insight on some of your thoughts.
You know what we should
like
do?
Aiden said, maybe we can have you on.
We should do I don't want to make it a full thing because we already have our Rotten Tomatoes draft, but we should do like, sometime in maybe early mid-February, have Brandon on and do like a mini draft with box office numbers for the year where we draft the projects that we think are going to make the most money. And we won't like, hardcore keep track, but then we'll just a little fun thing.
Yeah.
And he could come on for that, definitely.
I like that. I like that.
I think that's what the Escape podcast guys they didn't take our idea, I don't think, but they did our movie draft, but they did it exclusively for box office for this.
Yeah, I don't want it to turn into like a full game scoring system, whatever.
Sure,
but just I like talking about those things too. So if we just did a little draft, like if there's 4 of us, we maybe do 3 projects each or whatever, and then just for fun, since the conversation has started a little bit, and I would love to get Brandon involved as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd love to do that. I'm looking on Call Sheet to see if I can put money on Dune Part 3 crossing the bill next year.
No way. I mean, it's gonna be on there
if it's up there.
I could have swore that Discussing Film had posted about this app. It might have been IMDb or something where they had a system where you can do like a draft for the year. And I just wonder if that would be easier to keep track. Like we can go through this app for that, but then we'll do our own thing
Sure.
for our
Interesting.
stuff. But I'm not finding that post.
I feel like I remember something along those lines.
I feel like I sent it in the group chat because it was after we did our draft, and then it was like, oh, that's crazy like what they're doing.
Was it not Rotten Tomatoes?
It was either Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb. It was one of the.
Interesting.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes has their like app.
Does that have like a draft feature thing built into it?
I don't think so.
I made a list on there of my projects to make it a little easier to keep track of, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Dang, Aiden, you still got my cup, bro? I'm going through our pictures in the group chat. You still got my cup? That's crazy. I forgot about it until I just saw it.
Yeah, I need to ship it.
That's crazy. No, you gotta ship it, bro. You don't gotta spend money on shipping for that. That's crazy. Whatever. I'll find it as we keep talking. But let's do a little bit of what we've watched, and I know that Aiden wants to bleed in a little bit of Doomsday discussion into this, so we'll knock that out of the way real quick. I feel like. Do you guys have anything to report that you've watched outside of what we're going to be discussing today? I know Benjamin said he watched The Ballad of Wallace Island.
Oh yeah. I need to know what
ahead,
you thought of the Ballad of
I'll
Wallace
keep it
Island.
brief. We kind of mentioned it last week that like as we head to the end of the year, there's a couple of projects that maybe each of us should check out just to round out our movie ranking before we like officially do that in the next couple of weeks here. So for me, Aiden said it for a little bit. It was The Ballad of Wallace Island, which I did check out. Keep it very, very brief. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool.
Nice.
And it was
Nice.
very unique as a concept for a movie. I mean, like the general story, I've seen it before, of course, and kind of the main emotional driving factor and whatnot has been seen before, but just the overall like setting of the movie and specifically how it was put together, it felt like a very unique experience, but the emotions were definitely there. I think Tim Key, who plays Charles, he honestly should get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like he's really dang good in the movie. So yeah, it was really good, very emotional. I don't want to like reveal too much about like where it places this year, just because like we're getting to the point where we're going to like officially say stuff. It's not my favorite movie of the year. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But I gave it an 8. I really liked it. Liked it a lot.
Nice.
So I'm glad that I checked it out.
Yeah, that's good. I was honestly thinking it was between this and Babylon that I was going to recommend you. And the more I thought about it, the more I felt like I should have went Ballad of Wallace Island, just because whether you liked it or not, it would have added another 2025 release to your list. And so I really regretted not recommending it because I was like, this might be my only chance to like get him to watch this. So I am like so happy that you chose to tune in. I said this the first time I watched it, but I watched this on our honeymoon. So like it hit, dude, and like I was sobbing watching the movie.
Yeah.
Like when like the end of it, I was just sobbing because I'm like, damn, I'm sitting next to my new wife watching this movie. It was like just a flood of emotions, and so I think I gravitated more towards that, but totally fair. I mean, 8, I'll take an 8 from Ben, and 8 from Ben is great.
If you had chosen this instead of Babylon, I would have never watched Babylon. Never watched Babylon.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. But I also thought that there was a chance you would have never watched Ballad of Wallace Island. So,
maybe. Yeah. I mean, and maybe this is a bad way to view things, but like typically once we pass a year, if I missed something, I'm way more cool to just like pass it by.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be focused on moving on to 2026. So, usually by the time we get to like the year-end rankings, I try to watch everything that I really care about to have on my list. So
Yeah.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad that I checked it out, though. Definitely.
That's good. No, I am so happy that you did. I think Charlie, I definitely think would. If you're at an 8, I think Charlie will be at a 9, if I'm being honest. Just because the character work that they do in that
Yeah.
brief little bit, I think Charlie would be a sucker for that. So Charleston, I know you got a lot on your plate. I know you haven't even seen Marty Supreme, but Ballad of Wallace Island. I have been trying to get y'all to watch this literally for the last 6 months. So please,
You
Charlie,
have brought
I
it
beg
up
you to
probably like
watch this
5 times.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it's a great movie. I think it. I mean, I'm not going to say my placing for it, but yeah, I think it's an absolute banger of a movie. Mainly for the character work. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, and I can't understate Tim Key as Charles. Like he is
Awesome, dude.
and I feel like emotionally I'm always a sucker for characters that are written that way. Like cuz it's so easy just to have like an inherent not only emotional connection but also then be like very sympathetic so easily. So, I
Yeah.
thought that aspect of it was probably my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I mean, just like the most wholesome character and like
Yeah.
in any movie this year, honestly. Just like the best. I was gonna say something else about the movie. Oh yeah, he played the bird in Mickey 17. I don't know if you remember the guy. He's dressed in a bird suit. He's like a very
What?
hardcore cultist for Mark Ruffalo's character,
Oh.
and he also plays him there. Only reason I know that is because this was the same week that I watched Mickey 17, which is when I came
Gotcha.
with like 14 projects that I watched during my honeymoon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I just saw you in Ballad of Wallace Island. So, yeah, cool that he's in at least 2 movies that we've seen this year. But yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah. I also did start Silo Charlie. Not sure how long it might take me a little bit because I brought up to Reagan that I started it and she's like, "Oh, I had some people recommend it." So she's going to catch up to where I am and then we're going to watch it together, which might mean that it will take a little bit longer to get through. But
Where are you at?
I saw the first episode.
Oh,
I just started, but
okay.
I really enjoyed the first episode.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
very interested. Very interested.
I'm like halfway through season 2. I haven't been able to go back to it yet. And honestly, nothing. I haven't seen. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen anything else. Nothing else is. I can't report on anything else because I've not really watched much of anything, mate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing a lot of college football 26, a lot, like an unhealthy amount. And so I wanted to like watch a bunch of movies this week, and I kept going and loading up the PlayStation. I was like, fuck, man, I got to play college football today. So that's unfortunately all I've done. But I went to visit my family and literally just watched a ton of reruns of Stranger Things. My little sister's obsessed with it, and I guess my parents just okay with doing whatever she wants. So just throwing on random episodes of season 4, random episodes of season 3, going back to season 1, and I'm like, what are we doing here? This is the craziest like way. And I wanted to watch him with my dad, and then he waited until after I left to watch it, unfortunately. So I didn't get to watch that one, but I was looking forward to watching it with him, and I wasn't able to. So I just played a lot of college football 26, and it's a great game. Having a lot of fun with it.
Not the same.
You need to hop on Arc Raiders, buddy.
25 and 24.
Arc Raiders. All my coworkers are obsessed with Arc Raiders, bro.
Yeah, mine too. All my coworkers too. Which I don't like because now it's kind of becoming a coworker game. But like, it's not, bro. It's a fire game, bro. It's a fire game. Wait,
all right,
that's crazy that you're coworker.
No, I don't. Yeah. All my coworkers are like obsessed with it. Okay. But Ben, you brought something up earlier in the group chat. Something about some leaks and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
man,
if I don't want to like hijack the show, but I don't know if we want to jump into like a Doomsday discussion real quick.
That's where this was leading to. I forgot that Ben said that. So, Ben, do tell.
Yeah. Well, I guess should we start off with like talking about the officially released teaser, and then we can talk about
Yeah.
other stuff after that.
The
Officially released
Thor.
teaser. So I knew that's what it was about. I still did not know anything specific until I
Sure.
sat down tonight and officially watched it. And I thought it was miles better.
Let's
than the first
go.
one.
Yep.
Leagues better.
100%.
Let's
100%.
go.
Not only because like it's not just, oh, let's just, show you a character that you thought was never going to come back, just to like itch your nostalgia a little bit, and then that's basically it. This was, no, we're going to show you a character that, it's been a couple years but is still current, but then we're also going to give you a dialogue that really like brings you in, pulls you into what's happening, really intrigues you. So from that aspect, like the whole idea of Father, give me strength to defeat one more enemy so that I can go home to my daughter. I'm like, whoa. Hold up. His writing is fire? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I'm like, I'm bought into
Please,
that.
Father, heed my words.
Oh, so good, dude.
I think it's so good. So I honestly like the first teaser now just seems like even worse than, we were already like very hesitant on it, but now it's like, okay, you're confirming a character coming back that nobody really asked for, and we can see what you're doing. You're just nostalgia baiting. And then even the things that should be intriguing aren't, like, oh, there's a baby, and it should be like, oh my gosh, but it's not. And I've never even heard anybody talking about like, whose baby is this? What does this imply about how this fits in this point in time? Whatever. Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah.
Everybody just said, really? Really? You're bringing back Captain America? And that's basically it. Whereas this, I'm like, I'm in for this. So I thought it was way
motion, dude. This is the definition of motion. Like, you want to grab us in with a trailer, throw something like this in. This was absolute banger. And I think that's what I told Charlie last week when we had you take your headphones off, Ben. I told it because I said the Captain America one, I'm not the biggest Cap fan. I'm glad he's back. And, it is a big moment. I didn't flinch, though. I said, this new trailer, though, I'm flinching. I'm moving 100%. And I said, even just showing love again and having him say everything that he says, like, what battle is he going into? We got serious Thor back. Like, he's sitting there in a forest praying to Odin. That has the most sauce that I have ever seen in the past 5 years of Marvel. So very awesome. Very, very good stuff. And Charlie brought up a good point last week, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, Ben. Is this kind of a theme of fatherhood? Is this kind of a theme of, parenthood that we're seeing so far with these first two trailers? Steve and his kid, Thor and his kid, and how does this tie into Doom?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think so. And I mean, there's already been lots of thoughts out there about like, how do they even bring Doom in, and the fact that, the possibility of Doom being a Tony Stark variant of some kind, which I don't think is like completely out of the question. I think there's a reason why they cast RDJ outside of just casting RDJ. Charlie, what?
Sorry, I just started thinking. I started thinking Doom's gonna pull a Vecna, bro. He's just going after kids, bro. He's just going after a bunch of little kids.
What do we? What is a big year of 2025 about? Holy Dr. Diddy.
Oh man.
No, so I don't know. I think that could have some story significance if we're going back in time to explain the origin of Doom. Is it possible that that's, connected to the theming? Absolutely, it's possible. Other than that, I'm not sure. Because it's like, if that's what it's going to be, then where do they take that further? Because if it's going to be about Steve Rogers' kid and Thor's kid, I don't really see that being a complete driving factor, because then that's not going to have any substantial stakes, I don't think, moving forward. Like, I really don't think we're going to continue seeing Steve Rogers and whoever this Steve Rogers baby is. I don't think we're going to continue to see that as time goes on. And like, yeah, we're going to see Thor and his daughter, but like sparingly. So I think it could be a partial theme of the movie, but I'm trying to, like, when you compare that to who else could be in the movie and their children, like, can you really apply this to the current state of the MCU? You can somewhat. Like, Scott Lang, Cassie Lang is now seemingly going to be in the movie.
Yep.
So there's a couple of options with it, but there's not enough where I think, like, if this truly is what they're doing for Doomsday,
She was seen wearing a Avengers set hat,
a cast hat, yeah.
a cast hat. Yeah,
okay.
This was like this was within the last like day or two.
yeah,
Very recent.
I thought Ben was getting me back, bro.
No.
I was like, wait, what?
No,
I did not hear about this.
It's literally, there was a social media post that Catherine Newton was in, and she had one of like the Green Avenger cast hats. So
Gotcha.
it seems that way, but I just think that if that's the case, it really won't hold a lot of water, and it would concern me for like they're going to be too focused on like this specific story, bringing back the characters that we know, and not focusing on something that matters for like the grander picture of the MCU.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Ben, the third trailer has leaked online. Have you seen what is this
Wait, yeah, what's the leak
commentary
that you
that you
saw,
were
Ben?
sending us?
Yeah.
So, I guess for those that don't want to know, you should skip ahead past trailer discussion real quick. And it's not specific to the third trailer, but it's the second one as well. Like, there, so many posts would just be like, oh, the second Doomsday trailer leaked, and then it's a picture of Thor. And the same thing happened with the third trailer for me, which was the third trailer has leaked, and then it's like, here's two images of characters that we've seen in previous projects. And so then I go like, okay, you're not leaking the specific trailer, but like, you're telling me what's in the trailer.
Wait, who was
What
it?
did you see, Ben? What did you see?
I saw a picture that included Cyclops, and then I saw a picture of Ian McKellen. And it's not them in a trailer. I'm saying it's their characters from previous projects. And the post is literally just like, the third Doomsday teaser has leaked online. And those are that's what I'm saying, is like,
Gotcha.
any post that's even just like, oh, this leaked online, now they're just like, here's what's in it. And it's like,
Yeah.
like, if that's the case, then it's somebody who watched the trailer and then decided to make a post saying, oh, here's the trailer that leaked online. It's like, at that point, you basically just posted what's in the trailer, which I don't know.
I think, well, what I'm pissed off is that they even did this whole thing. Just drop them online. Make it a surprise for everybody. Why did we have to attach all of this shit to movies that are going to leak in other countries days before? Like, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It sucks everything out of it, because I'm like literally this morning when we got the HD, or I don't even know if that was this morning. My days are all blended together.
It was. Yeah.
When we got the Thor trailer, I was like, okay, cool. So then we should be getting the fourth trailer leak coming soon. Like, like, that's just how my thought process, because I'm like, I'm not going to avoid it anyways. It's stupid.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the third teaser.
Okay.
All my commentary was simply about, nobody is just posting like, oh yeah, the third Doomsday teaser leaked. I think people have, now that it's been a couple weeks of this, they've gotten so comfortable with just like,
Yeah,
the third one leaked, and just letting it out to the masses. Whereas when the first one leaked, I was able to just see like, oh, the first teaser for Doomsday has leaked. I saw that a couple places, but I never got it actually spoiled. Now it's every single post that is talking about it is just talking about it because people are just embracing it. That is what I meant when I said they got to chill out with these, because I'm like, it literally, I might be able to find it still. A direct notification that I got on my phone. I think it was from the Hollywood Handle, which is one of the other movie news sites that I follow. It might take me a second to find this, but they posted something that like mentioned something very, very specific about the teaser trailer, the third teaser trailer.
Yeah, and that's, they've kind of just gotten comfortable with these trailers and kind of
bro,
how
did
the
you guys see
pattern is.
today with the soup stuff? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Literally, they're so comfortable with it that they, while inviting creators out, they say in the email, hey, we know your reaction to it is already out there, but do you want to come see it on the big screen? Like, bro, what? Y'all are just that chill about that? Like that. I'm not trying to say that like Soup shouldn't have been invited to that. I'm just saying, why? Like, you got, we know that it's out there. We know that you reacted to it, dude. Get a handle on that, dog. What are you talking about? That should not just be well, we know it's out there, man. Come on.
So all it was, this was this morning, because apparently they like the Hollywood Handle knew that the Thor trailer was coming out, which at this point, I mean, most people knew that it was a Thor teaser, but still they put new Avengers Doomsday teaser set to drop in 30 minutes. And it's a GIF of Thor.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, for anyone who didn't know, here it is on a silver platter. And I got the same thing with the third teaser just being like, oh, the third teaser has leaked online. And then the images. Yeah. So that's all I know at this point. Haven't seen anything about the fourth one. So
I don't think, well, based on what was supposed to be this third one, I think me and Charlie were wrong.
Really?
I think we're just as much in the dark. This was supposedly the Doctor Doom character trailer.
Originally, that's what we had heard. Yeah,
it was Cap. It was Cap, Thor, Doctor Doom, and then a teaser with like a lot of
general teaser.
A general teaser. But by the time this third one came out, it was like, okay, this is not what I was expecting. But so we're just as much in the dark right now until it freaking leaks and it's all over my feed.
Well, because you guys have seen more of the third teaser though, right?
Yeah,
we've seen the whole thing.
I've watched it. I can't say away, dude. I like fiend for that shit. Yeah, that we've seen it. God, man. My God, man. Oh my God. We are moving, bro. We are moving. Oh, dude. Which, like, and this brings me into my next discussion, because Ben, you don't know anything about this, and I'm gonna give you a warning before, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. But I don't know if you've seen, but like last night, like I'm literally driving home, and I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm like scrolling. I'm like scrolling on X because I'm on Twitter. I'm like,
bro,
no, like I'm driving it, dude. It's just like 150 miles straight, and nobody's on the road. So I'm like, all right, bro. Let me just like check Twitter real quick because I don't know, I'm bored. So I just checked Twitter real quick, and out of nowhere, somebody just posts, and they're like, yo, there's like these insane Doom images have dropped, and they are so bad. Like Disney is literally threatening to sue people, and like they are actually knocking on doors for like about this. Like they are not playing like some huge shit has leaked. And like everybody was being so like secret about it. They were being so vague, and they were like, I don't think y'all understand. Like we can't even chance posting any of this. Somebody had even tried to draw what they saw, and they got sniped immediately. So it was just like this big crazy thing. Well, I see that one of my mutuals, one of my buddies I used to talk to a long time ago, said that he had the images. Like he was kind of agreeing with the dude. He was like, yeah, bro, like I'm not even gonna risk anything. So I DM'd him, and I was like, yo, do you got those Doom leaks? Like what's going on? And he was like, I have seen them, but I had to literally promise on everything that I would not send them to anybody. And I was like, yo, nah, I need some content for the pod, bro. I need to bring something back to the boys. So I'm like searching, and I parked my car, of course, to search through everything. And I'm like searching through everything. I'm like, I need to find some context. And I found some context of like what maybe 2 of the images could be. So I took it back to him and I'm like, hey, like, I don't know. I'm seeing this. This is my guess. Like, am I right? And he was like, yeah, you're right, but that one's blurry. And yeah, you're right about that one, but it's kind of, it looks kind of fake. So I'm not 100% sure. And I was like, well, can you not just tell me what's in the pictures that you saw? And he was like, oh yeah, I can 100%. I was like, okay. He was like, what do you want to know? So I'm just asking questions. I'm like, all right, what characters did you see? What suits, like, what's going on? What blows your mind? What's sticking out to you? He tells me some things. That's not a lot. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's good enough. I'll take that back to the boys. And then he's like, well, my source is being so like hard-headed with me. He won't send me the rest of the pictures, but like, essentially that's all I've seen so far. An hour goes by and he DMs me again. And he's like, holy shit, he just sent them all to me. And I was like, yo, bro, hit me. And just one thing after another. I've seen this. I saw this. I saw this. And I was like, oh my God, like, if this shit is real, bro. And he's like, yeah, like, everyone, like, I guess he's in a group chat, I'm not sure, but he's like, we've all kind of just decided as a group to like pretend like these images are fake, or like say that they're a poster or just something, so that we can kind of cover our tails. So he DM'd me today and he was like, and Charlie, I don't know if you saw this, but everyone was talking about a poster. Oh my God, these posters. Oh, this poster. He told me that that's all fake. There are no posters. That's kind of their way of covering it up. So I've been in contact with him. I know a lot. He told me that he saw a lot and he referred to everything that he saw to me. I will give you your chance, Ben, if you want to take the headphones off.
I'm out of here.
Wait, is this just for the teaser or is this for the whole movie?
This is like, he just dropped a bunch of stuff that he saw. Characters.
Okay.
Wait, listeners,
hold on, bro.
This
is for the whole movie.
More so looks. No, more looks. It's more so looks. Kind of like images.
So like Cyclops or what?
He said that a lot of this was like photo shoots that like that they did for like so like new looks for people, like yeah, kind of costumes and whatnot. So listeners, skip to the next segment because I'll kind of end this off. I'll end this segment off if you don't want to hear these potential alleged leaks, because like I said, I don't even know. This could all be fake. This is all alleged. I allegedly was talking to somebody who allegedly saw the pictures. I don't know. Anyways, oh dude, I hope
while allegedly driving.
While allegedly driving. Holy shit, bro! I'm kind of scared. I don't know if I should be saying any of that. Anyways, so the first bit of information, because I saw a lot of people talking about, and I don't know if you saw this, Charlie, like chess.
That's in the teaser, the leaked one that we saw.
What is? Oh, of them playing chess in the trailer.
Well, it's just he's lifting up a chess piece, which is like that was their whole thing in the original trilogy.
Yes, and sorry, I got distracted a little bit, but so I asked him. I said, okay, well, I'm seeing a lot of people posting like these images, and one is Doom playing chess with like Avengers, with like the Avengers as chess pieces. Whoa. And the other one is Doom sitting on a throne. I was like, is any of this true? He said, well, the one on the throne is blurry, and then the one of him playing chess, he said he saw that one too, but it looks really fake. So I was like, okay,
that would be if that was a poster. That would be a fire.
That's what I'm saying,
poster, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Gosh.
And apparently, the Investor Day leak, Doom's suit in the Investor Day, where he's standing like that on the poster, that is his suit. Like that is okay. That is how he looks in the movie. Which banger.
I like that. I like that.
And so I was like, okay, there's multiple pictures. Like I thought they were just 2 Doom pictures, and a lot of people said something about Doom with a sword and a shield. But I was like, I thought there were just 2. He was like, no, there's ones of all types of different heroes. None of them really blew his mind except for Steve, who Has his jacket fit from the end of Civil War, kind of like decked in his outfit with his like undercover when he's breaking them out of prison, plus his hair and beard from Infinity War. That's kind of his look, which like makes me think of that first teaser.
Is that why? Okay, I saw people saying no way they Infinity Ward this because like him being clean shaven in that teaser. That's probably what they were talking about then. Okay,
I think so. So my boy got his Infinity Ward look, which makes me think I'm like, yo, we could be cooking because he obviously looks like clean shaven, cut hair with the baby, but now he's like I don't know, bro. It gets me thinking maybe Doom took his kid or something happened there, and he's been traveling the multiverse. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm like, what other
Doom
heroes
is
have
vectoring this shit, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Shit out of this.
So I'm like, hell yeah. What other like heroes do we see? Are there any that weren't confirmed? He's like, no, not that I've seen. A lot of like old characters with new suits. So I'm like, okay, what suits are sticking out to you? Any that are crazy? And are there any other Doom picks? And he said there's a few of him that's like him standing over a hollow table, like kind of like a hologram, but nothing huge. And that Reed's suit looks really good. He has a nice white vest that really works. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like Reed's got a nice, which brings me to that one leak. I don't know if you saw. It was like
there was
merch, and Reed was wearing white. So
wasn't wasn't Vanessa Kirby? Sue was wearing a vest. I thought in
something
one
like
of
that.
Pictures.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, bet. And then this is where he just says, "Holy shit, I just got the rest of them."
Okay.
Before that, I saw this one guy who had also been talking. He's like, "Yeah, I got the pictures," but he was letting a lot slip.
Oh.
He was tweeting all night, and I was like, "Yo, bro, you're letting a lot fly." One of the things that he said was, I'm sorry, let me find it real quick because I thought I screenshotted it. Oh yeah. One of the things he said, "It's beautiful, F it." There's an image of Yelena with Gambit and Professor X inside of the X Mansion. And another dude who had been talking about how he's like, I saw these leaks are crazy. He replied with all caps and said, "Bro," with the laughing face, as in like, "Yo, you're tripping. Shut the fuck up. You cannot be doing this." So I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." So I saw that. I'll save the big one for last.
Okay.
He said there's one. He just spouted all of these out to me.
This is back to your source.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah, allegedly that's allegedly what happened. Anyways, Doom is sitting on his throne, and behind him is the stained green glass from the first Doomsday post, or from the first Doomsday poster, right? What we see in the leaks in the trailer.
End of the end of the teasers.
Yeah. Johnny has curtain bangs.
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of like a new look, right? New hairstyle.
Okay. Yeah.
And Yelena has like wavy, spiky rock star hair. Like she has a new look. So a lot of this is telling me time jump, new styles for everybody, whatever it may be. Cyclops, his visor is gold, which we don't really
like
see
around
it in the trailer. Yeah. So he has like a gold visor. Mystique is a lighter blue, and she's wearing a white suit. Right, so that's
classic,
like none of these
are
huge. Yeah. Steve Rogers is holding fucking Mjolnir,
just casually. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. All right. Hold on.
Hold
on, bro.
Motion.
Damn, we're gonna get more, dude. I literally have I have the Funko Pop inside my PC of when he did that in a game. That's okay. We're cooking right now. We're cooking,
bro.
Hold on.
When that was the first one he sent me, he just sent me because I said he said, "Holy shit, I got the rest of them." I said, "Hit me." He said, "Steve Rogers is holding fucking Mjolnir," and I was like, "Fuck me, dude!" In all caps, bro. When I tell you, I was up, man. So that's about it. That's all that he gave me. Everything that leaked, he said, is promo shoots for lighting and testing, like no actual movie stills.
Sure.
And that there's no poster. But a lot of it, it's just.
Then did that guy who said he saw them in the X Mansion, was that not true?
See, I don't know, but I also think that my dude didn't get a lot of like I think there's more. Like I think there's a lot, and I think a lot of these people that are um not really high up, but talking the most about these teasers and talking the most about uh what they've seen, I think they got a lot more.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then something Brandon had just sent me that somebody posted a video and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, this AI remake, like whatever, uh, just got taken down by
Huh.
copyright owner." So I don't know what that was, but yeah, in terms of everything else, that's about all I was able to get. So it's still tame. It's still tame enough, but definitely is like, damn, it's getting
That's
me
crazy.
thinking. It's getting
Damn.
me thinking a little bit. So yeah,
They're getting me excited, bro.
yeah.
The Thor thing, and then its third teaser, and this crap. Like
Yeah.
it's actually working on me, bro.
I know. Yeah, and there might be more out there. There might be even bigger things that my dude didn't see or didn't get sent to him. I don't know, whatever it may be, but
Do you think he'll
yeah,
update you if there's more stuff? Like, will he still
I
come hit
think he
you up?
would. I think so. I feel like he would, but yeah. And this is all alleged. Allegedly, I got
Alleged,
told all of
yes.
this.
The legend chat. Come on, bro.
Allegedly
Be cool, chat.
somebody's doing.
Be
Yeah,
cool, chat.
yeah. So
Come
we're
on.
too small to get. I mean, it'd be crazy if Disney just came for my shit and this like we'll see. But yeah, there are my there's my big leaks.
All right, now spout him off. Spout him off now.
All right, so we got freaking
You wouldn't do that.
anyway.
I'll leave. I got no ties here. No
Let's
ties.
leave.
So yeah, Charlie's bought in. He's officially on the Doomsday hype.
Hey man, okay. I did that is something I said at the end of this conversation, but it's like a maybe sort of thing. It's like a maybe because like they're taking a lot of the right steps. It sounds like I'm not even gonna say that part of it. I'm not even gonna say that part of it. But yeah. So
Can I ask one
Now-
question? I want to ask one
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Does what you have seen make the first teaser better than it is on its own?
you're agreeing to that? Aiden?
Oh, you don't think it does? I mean, it paints something in a whole new
If-
light.
Well, with what you said about your theory about it, sure, but that's just a theory, though. We don't know that for a fact.
Well, we don't know what anything means at this point. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
do you watch the teaser and you go, "Whoa, hold up, maybe I was wrong."
Oh man,
I
that's
mean,
a tough
with
question.
that,
That's like
if
very
that's the
layered.
case, if that's the case, given what Aiden said is his theory, sure. But also,
It makes you
Yeah.
it paints the trailer in a new light a little bit because you see something and you're like, whoa, now it makes me think about this first teaser. Why did they choose this? Why is this shown? Why is it not this? It makes you think a lot. So I don't know. I think it's still very much a hey, here's this thing that makes no sense out of context. It shows Steve with a baby, cool. But if things go like, say, my theory, if things go the way I think, then
actually, you know
it
what?
definitely has a hidden layer underneath it.
With where you went with agreeing right away, I think I can now understand why you did that. And I guess I'm more inclined to agree, despite your theory.
Yeah. And a lot of this, Ben, is just like looks. So it wasn't anything like insane.
Yeah, it was nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
It's a lot of how people look, but yeah, in terms of what you asked, that is probably the biggest thing that we saw, yeah. Or that I heard about.
That's
But
all I want to know.
that
That's it.
potential poster though, nothing. That's not a spoiler, man. That's not a spoiler. But the
Yeah.
potential poster that you talked about, Aiden, oh man,
Aura.
that would
Aura.
be fire.
And I do think most of these are going to come out officially with like a trailer. Like I could see a poster coming out
Sure.
in
Is it a
February.
single character poster? Is it a Doom poster?
Yeah.
Or...
It's a a lot of what people are saying is like a Doctor Doom poster.
Doctor Doom poster. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one I was talking about.
I've got a prediction for that, but you know.
What's your
Ooh.
prediction? We won't.
I don't
we
wanna
won't
say it.
confirm.
Do tell. Yeah,
I'm not going to
tell.
confirm or deny. I'm not. Gonna
Yeah,
confirm
yeah,
or
yeah.
deny.
We won't. Yeah, just tell.
I will literally tell you my reaction. I'm gonna be like, okay, interesting. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm just out there prediction because it's one of the things in the MCU that we never like fully explored. The Vision scene with Tony Stark and all of the other Avengers dead, and in the middle, Doctor Doom on the throne, surrounded by dead Avengers.
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
Literally just a random thing.
Interesting.
Okay, interesting. I told you that'd be my reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Whatever.
lots of sauce. And I do think the way I think it could play out is obviously first week of the new year we'll get the 4th trailer, and then there will be hints of like an official teaser trailer in February that will come out officially with a poster for the movie.
A 5th teaser or the?
I mean a 4th.
teaser?
Sorry, 4th teaser.
Because we're not getting the next trailer officially until next week. The 3rd trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I'm on the leak schedule. Like we're gonna see the 4th one this week.
Yeah, you probably are.
Yeah, we'll see it here in a couple of days. We'll see the 4th leak. But
Do we think, real quick, and this will bookend our discussion on this? Do we think we're gonna get both a Spider-Man trailer and a Doomsday trailer for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
You think both,
Yeah.
or not just one?
Man, that could generate a ton of talk.
I think
Sure.
both. I also don't know why
That'd
we
be
don't
a
already
good
have
idea.
a Spider-Man trailer right now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why we don't have one either. Well, there's the rumors about
a
the
lot of-
Christmas drop, but
Well, and then I see a lot of people talking about like first of the year or first this Thursday, brand new day trailer, brand new day, brand new year, first day of the year, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. That's all I've seen though.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get the first trailer before the Super Bowl, and then there'll be like
100%, like
a
an
TV
extra.
spot. Yeah, and an extra TV spot that leads into like a full length trailer or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Doomsday stuff will continue past just the 4 trailers playing in theaters, though. I think we could see an official one around Super Bowl with a potential poster drop.
Yeah. And then another big one when either Spider-Man drops or when the Odyssey drops. Another big
trailer, big trailer, official trailer. Yeah.
But anyway, let us move on to our actual first, which is crazy. We're almost an hour in. First official topic, the lovely, and that's not a teaser of my thoughts, but the lovely Pluribus and its finale aired this last week early because of Christmas. And we'll just jump right in to our initial reaction to Pluribus, episode 9, in 3, 2, 1. So-so? Is that so-so, Ben? Or you're teetering back and forth, like you like it sometimes and sometimes
Do you want me? I'll briefly.
Yeah, you go.
explain it
You
and
go
we'll
first.
into it.
You had the weird one.
I really liked the episode because we learned a lot, and I feel like we have more movement heading into whatever's next. But I can't lie that like as a whole for this season, it does feel a little like lackluster that a whole season in, and this is where we're leaving. Like this is where we got to. That's where I'm at. I liked it individually as an episode, but not as a finale, not as an episode 9.
Yeah,
it's good on its own though. So that's why I'm like, it's good, but like it's the season finale. Like, how is this where we're at?
I'm actually going to say something controversial. This was the episode, like the episode where I was like, Ben's right the most. I definitely felt most of what he had been saying. Now, I don't fully agree with him, but most of what his complaints were and most of what he had been saying was wrong with the show. I felt here. I think this was the one that they had to just kind of blow the top off the house and just didn't really. This was kind of the most overstay your welcome feel that I've gotten from this season so far. Yeah, this one, I wasn't the biggest fan of the finale. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like we could have wrapped it up. Again, this is what Ben's sentiment for the show has been. Now, my sentiment for the show is not this, but for the finale, I think we definitely needed something more explosive, something a lot bigger. And I think where we left it off just feels like you've been getting edged for 45 minutes and they're just getting up and leaving you with blue balls. So yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan.
The big revelation, which I think we all knew was going to happen at some point. Because I think we just, was it Aiden who brought that discussion at the table about the eggs?
Yeah.
But so like that was somewhat foreseen for sure, but it was still like, as far as like finales go, like the build up to that I think was adequate at the least.
It was a lot of going in circles, man. I mean, they spend so long on just them talking to even get into the house, just for them to get into the house. And the next big thing is Manuso's uncovering all of this stuff, one-on-one with the hive mind that he's inviting over. But you spend so much time just I feel like that could be it for the finale. I feel like that could be put to somewhere else, or that could be put towards a more explosive ending for this season. When I'm fine with the slow burn. We've been doing the slow burn all season, and I love it. I've praised it. I've always liked it. But I feel like you had to end it off in a better way. And the ending spot that we got, I feel like it almost feels like they just ran. They fluffed the run time for the episode.
I personally look at him smiling, bro. I personally feel like, and maybe they just didn't do a decent job of this, but I feel like that the entire time it was to build this tension around them because of where both the characters are in their lives right now. Like Manusos is very anti afflicted people, anti the joining people. And Carol is, but she's in love with one right now. So she's willing to make an exception. And therefore making an exception to her is making an exception to the rest of them. But thus why I guess we're just diving in a little bit, but that's why she protects the other guy that Manusos is also trying to talk to. But I think that whole thing, like they don't trust each other. And that was evidenced by like, oh no, let's go in the house. Let's go in the ambulance, yada, yada, yada. Which sure, like you can make the argument that stuff's dragged out, which I wouldn't really even push back on. But I think it also services as like, and I don't love this for Carol's character. I think that it was kind of thrown on a little bit too much. Maybe it's just like a crazy rubber band effect from being so lonely that she just, even though there were already seeds with her and Zosha beforehand, but maybe it's a rubber band effect from being alone for a month straight. And so she just instantly attaches onto Zosha and then finds like comfort in her and everything like that. And kind of goes back on. But even then, in saying that though, talking about last episode where she's still like very much was writing on the whiteboard and was doing her due diligence in figuring out everything that she could about them. Maybe you could make the argument that the change came after they slept together. I don't know, truthfully, and maybe that's where a flaw. And because I did like a double thumbs up, but it was like one of the thumbs was like sideways or like tilted up. Because I think it was a really good episode. I really do, and it seems that that's the sentiment from both of you guys as well. But even as a finale, and which is what it seems like you guys are hung up on, that as a finale, it doesn't really work as well. But even as a finale, I love the ending of yeah, we're trying to turn your eggs into stem cells. It's a long process, but we're gonna do it. And then Carol comes home with she could be joking, but I hope not, because that kind of adds to the show and like adds to the stakes. Carol, what is this? An atom bomb or whatever she said. Like that's sick. That is hilarious. I laughed out loud when that happened. I was like, that's sick. So like, I think like maybe just I'm speaking about the end of the finale episode and talking about how good it might be as a finale rather than looking at it as the whole. But even then, with, as I was mentioning, the supposed growing stakes between the two of them, not stakes, excuse me, tension between the two of them in throughout their translating conversations. And you see Carol trying to like get a beat on this guy and understand where he's coming from, more of a violent perspective, where he literally tells her like, if we can't fix these people, then we might as well just kill them. And then she says they're still people, yada yada yada. There's a push and pull dynamic to it, and I think that that's what the whole thing served for. What was like, that was the purpose of it. And I just, maybe the problem is coming with what they want the viewers to take away from each individual scene like that. Because I would argue that the tension that was for tension building purposes between Manusos and Carol, but was that conveyed very well is another question. And so that could lead to, as Aiden is saying, kind of just fluffing the runtime into seeming like a pointless cat and mouse game with this phone and the translation features within it and everything like that. So I hear what you guys are saying, but honestly, you guys just sound like whiny little bitches, bro.
I think we should have gotten to this point of them meeting in like episode 6, maybe episode 7. And I say that because if we had gotten to this point, I think you could have built better tension between the two of them and their relationship. Whereas like in this episode, we see them interact for the first time, and then all of the tension that is built up, which is he brings his stubbornness, she brings her attitude, and how those don't mesh well together and whatnot. By the end of the episode, they're on the same page. Even his stubbornness being so anti, all Carol does is says, you should talk to them. And all of a sudden he invites one into his house. Like it's such a quick turn for his character. And I just feel like if we had gotten a couple of episodes of him being there, but them kind of going through the motions, interacting with them, even doing these little bit of experiments, I think there could have been better tension that was built there. Instead, we kind of rushed through it because it all happened in this one episode.
All I would say to that is I think that his sudden flip can be explained by when he gets there and he talks to Carol, that he can see that she's not really about this save the world thing that he thought she was. And so he's like, okay, well, I came all the way here. I have to take charge now. And so that's where he invites Zosha. He's like, who was she talking to? Yeah. Let me talk to her. And then once Carol takes her away, okay, let me everything. What we don't know what she said to him, but I personally think that maybe he was somehow able to get her to talk about something, and he was trying something on that other guy to try to turn him back. Something that Carol has yet to try, and so Carol's pissing me off this episode too. That's something I need to say, but I think that
some of her motivations make no sense. Yeah. After Zosha literally says, we love him the same way that we love you. And then you want to go vacation with her? Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean? You know that they're honest.
That's
don't
what I
know.
mean is like the rubber band effect. I think she's just like she was so lonely after 30 days. Like she is on riding this high of having someone around and she wants to cling to that. So like they can say things like that where we love you the same, and then she'll try to explain it like, well, no, you just said you barely know him, and you, despite what Zosha says to her, like that's enough for her to want to go on a ski trips and swimming and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
like Carol's fine living in the world as long as there's no threat of her
yeah,
being joined.
mm-hmm.
But now that there is, that's what flips the switch. And I feel like there, like she already up until this point was still super hesitant. Like to me, I wasn't convinced that like, oh, her relationship with Zosha had developed enough to where now she's just okay with it.
See, and that's my problem with it because
Yeah.
that's leading me to think that the switch point was when they slept together, when they started making out. Like that was like Carol not letting go of Helen, but just like letting go of her a little bit, like letting go of that grieving part of her that won't let go of Helen. And so she's diving in with Zosha. I just don't think the show, if that was the turning point, the show didn't treat it that way at all.
Yeah.
The editing didn't treat it that way. The writing didn't treat it that way. Nothing, there was no build up to that being the switch point for Carol's character whatsoever. And I have that's something, if that's the turning point, which I'm just guessing that it is, that's something that I have a problem with. But as for what you said of like, oh, they just end up in this on the same team at the end of the episode anyway. Sure, absolutely valid point, but also I'd say that's just because I think they're still at odds with each other ideology wise. Like he wants to kill like they're working together, a means to an end, I guess. So like Carol's doing it because she is realizing she can't have this life of luxury, for lack of a better term, life of luxury without the potential imprisonment that goes along with it. And so she's realizing she'd rather just lose all of it instead of becoming one of them. So I don't know. Like I get that point, but also I think that they're having to work together. Like they don't have a choice now.
What I'm more so saying is if we got 2 or 3 episodes with them together and their interactions, we could have seen more of the tension build up. Like, what if he was a little slower to accept, like, okay, I'm going to invite one over and talk to them. And then maybe at first it was a random person and then it was Zosha. Eventually you could build tension upon that. He's doing these like experiments, trying to figure out what works to maybe try and bring them back. Maybe he ends up like killing one of them on purpose for whatever reason. And like, I'm just saying, like, you could have brought him in sooner, built that up even more, and then even more convincingly gotten to a point where Carol now has this threat that they're working on getting her stem cells so that they can have her join as well. Use that as to push her and as a motivator to be like, okay, I'm going to set aside our differences. Yes, you hurt this person, you killed this person, you did this thing. Like the tension is there between them, but then the willingness to say, but I'm not going to join them. So you know what? You win. We'll do it your way. That to me would get us to the same point, but in a much more convincing way. I would be way more sold on where we're headed had we built it up a little more, which is like, it's not like we didn't have the time to do that. Like we could have spent the last 2 or 3 episodes with them if we really wanted to. We could have restructured the show. Instead, all of that happened in this episode. And so like, if it's going to be a slow burn, at least slow burn things that we care about and matter more. Instead, it was like slow burn the middle portion with them separately. And now we're speeding through them together. Mm-hmm. I just think we could have spent more time with it.
Quick CinemaSins thing I have too is like they showcased throughout the entire season that Carol can just ask for something and it'll happen. Just ask for all of your frozen eggs. Ask for all of them. Ask for the materials you need to store them and keep them in your damn house. Keep them away from them. Like it's not that It's not that crazy complicated to me.
I thought
Or
I
just
thought
ask
there was a
them not to
potential
touch
that's
him.
Or ask them to not do it. Yeah.
I thought there was a potential that that's what she brought back to her house.
Oh. Well, I guess
Yeah.
never mind. She can't ask them to not do it because that Zosha said like if you see someone drowning, you don't hesitate, you don't ask questions, you just do it to help them. So maybe like that overwrites Carol's wants in their mind, like in the hive mind. Carol asking them not to do that.
It's
it
like
wouldn't
asking them
work
to like
because
stop eating
to not
humans
save
or
someone who's
something.
yeah. It's like asking them to not save someone who's drowning to them. That's what this is.
Essentially.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we have to eat humans.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it is.
But to like get past that, just ask for your eggs. Just ask for all of them, and then ask for the stuff, the proper materials to store them. I don't know. Citizens.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't know. I was a little bummed out with this finale. For those reasons, just feel like a lot of the parts that I didn't want to be slow burned were slow burned, and the parts that I was really looking forward to, and the big reveals and the potential for reveals that I had in my selfish mind were just not fleshed out and were kind of sped through. So I just think that this was the bad time to have an episode like that. This was the bad time to have a finale. Maybe if you cut some of that, trim some of that fat previously, as Ben was saying, I don't know, maybe I can make a point. I can see a case for that, but I think it really just boils down to this finale was not as explosive as it needed to be, and I think it really did need to be explosive for me to justify just how long it took to get to this point.
Which is crazy because to me, this had some of the most activity, most stuff happen in an episode since like episode 2.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of my feelings for the whole season have been, is like, if this wasn't good enough for a finale, why were we not getting this in the middle of the season?
Yeah.
To build up to something even better.
Sure.
Yeah, and I still am very scared of the show overstaying its welcome. And I think this finale and seeing how they decided to end season 1 and all the things that they decided to do, like taking us from where we were first episode to where we're at now, it just kind of worries me a bit in terms of this concept just kind of tiring itself out.
I think I was saying that like week 3.
See, I know, and that's what's crazy. Like, I didn't feel that until this finale. I was fine with how we were moving, and I was fine with how the show was going. I just would have really liked a lot more to happen in the finale than what did.
Yeah. We get it. You guys are picky. You guys are picky boys. Okay.
What do we think about the?
Oh, it's only gonna get worse, buddy.
What do we think about Manuso and his like the radio signal frequency trying to bring them back? Do we
Well, I was really hoping that he would, or I actually had a theory. There's a moment, and I would have to rewatch it. There's a moment where the dude from the hive mind wakes up, and the way he wakes up is very human. Like, he wakes up and he's like, and yeah. And then I forget what happens. I'd have to rewatch that scene. Sorry. I'd have to rewatch that scene. But it's almost like he snaps back into like the hive mind, or Carol gets him put back in the hive mind, whatever happens in that scene. But I do remember for a second being like, oh wow, Manuso's literally just brought this dude back. Like, this is a fucking huge deal. But that's not what happened. So I am really curious about what that frequency is. And I do think that there's potentially a way that he already did, and that we saw it in this episode. It just didn't get the time that it needed, because he ends up getting reverted right back to the hive mind. I do think he had him for a little bit, though.
Yeah. I my theory is that Zosha gave him some information based off of the radio signal. Like, he asked her about it, and I think he has more information than Carol has when it comes to turning them back potentially. So, and we'll
Yeah.
see that next season. But
Because it was a radio signal that started the whole thing. So
Yeah.
that's not that crazy. I mean, I still at some point want to know like what all of that is and what it means and how it works, but I don't know. I thought we'd get a little more of that than we did.
Oh man, don't even. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I would love to know a lot more about the lore, a lot more about like what actually happened. Um, I don't know, maybe even no, that wouldn't have worked. Forget it. But yeah, I would have liked to know a lot more about th- the ins and outs behind the frequency and how all that came to be. So I would have even liked to. Oh no, we wait, because I'm trying to think. Because we see the outbreak. We see the rats get out, or the rat gets out, and he bites the lady, and that's kind of what triggers it. Um, I'd have to go back and watch the first episode. How do we get to that being in the rats? If it was
They're-
like a frequency, what were they doing when they were doing all
well,
those?
they
liquid
were
stuff?
decoding the frequency, like they were like turning it into a formula, like they were trying to find
In the
out what it
lab,
was
yeah.
in the lab. So like
They were
making
testing it on mice.
Yeah. So they decoded it into some formulas and were going down this list of formulas and trying them all on rats, and they had a bunch for all these different rats. And then this rat looked like it was dead, which it was probably just turning. Which also, I mean, I don't know. I guess dogs and rats are different. There's probably a reason that we test rats instead of dogs and whatnot. But anyway, I was bringing it up because in the beginning of this episode, they turn one of the people that was unafflicted,
Yes,
and I think they mentioned that it can't happen to dogs or something. Because Carol asked if that dog is one of them too, or something like that, and she said no,
yeah.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work on animals, but he's just happy or whatever. Or I don't think she said it doesn't work on animals, but I don't know. Whatever she said, I was like, so it worked on the rat, so whatever. But yeah, the rat was dead,
Okay.
and so they took the rat out of the cage and it bit her.
I remember that. I just didn't know how they got to like what all the decoding was and how that pertained to the frequency that they were getting and the signal that they were sending. Um anyways, yeah. I would have liked a lot more lore on everything that would have happened, or everything that happened that day, or what came from that planet, but I don't know.
I don't know if you guys saw. I saw that Vince Gilligan is apparently not like, he's not hard focused on making season or making season 2 right now. Like he's just kind of chilling on it. Like he'll get to it when he gets to it. I don't know if that's true.
But
It does not feel like that's where we should be at.
I hope that's not true. I don't even know where I saw it on Twitter
well,
somewhere. I don't.
I did see there might be something to that, because I saw a lot of people saying that that Breaking Bad is 62 episodes long, and in the time it took to get all of Breaking Bad, it would take to get 18 episodes of Pluribus. I don't know where people were getting that from though, because that's two seasons of Pluribus.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe he came out with a statement, but I did see a lot of people talking about like the comparison of show schedules. And I was like, why are people talking about, like, where do they even get this from? Is anything confirmed, or? So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. But those were our thoughts on Pluribus, and unfortunately,
Yeah.
the show is over until season 2, whenever that may be. Now, let's talk about the lovely Marty Supreme that these two went to go see, but I didn't get to go because, get this, chat, I was going to go tonight, but these two losers wanted to record today.
Yeah,
Take it
well, I
away.
mean, I'm not going to talk about all 4 episodes of Strange. I needed to get my Stranger Things thoughts out today, buddy. All right, I needed to get them out today.
Hey, don't
before-
spoil that. Don't spoil that
before
segment.
the finale tomorrow.
Don't spoil
'cause
that segment, buddy.
I need that to be separate from my thoughts.
I'm gonna have to
today.
take my headphones off for this because I do not want Marty Supreme spoiled for me. Whenever you guys get to that point. So, but yes, without further ado, you two gentlemen give your initial reactions to Marty Supreme, a Josh Safdie film, in 3, 2, 1, go. Double thumbs.
I want to give this one as well. Actually,
Okay.
if this is what I think it is, I want to give this one.
I don't think it is. I'm giving it because this is my favorite fucking movie of the year, baby.
Oh,
this is number one.
See, no, that's what I thought too. I was like, Aiden saying number one. That's
a banger, bro.
That's what I thought Aiden was saying.
Oh my god, I'm so up. Yes,
I was giving this for Timmy Chalamet.
Yeah. That too. I mean, just I 100% think this is best actor of the year. I know a lot of people are on the Leo train. I'm biased. My whole entire review is going to be biased. My whole experience stepping into this movie was biased. I do genuinely feel like this is my favorite movie of the year. It's not the best. I still think Hamnet is the best movie of the year. This is far and away my favorite, though.
That's
I
crazy.
loved
In the last
every
2 weeks. Aiden just found 2 movies.
just changed. Yeah, I mean, well, I've also rearranged my list a lot, so I'll be interested for next year. But I mean, I had to spoil it here. This is my favorite movie of the year. I think this has the best opening that I've seen all year in a movie. This has the best needle drop at the end that I have ever seen. My jaw was dropped when we just hear those first couple notes, and I'm like, oh my God, man. Like, oh shit. It is absolute fire. It is just like everything I could have ever wanted in a movie watching experience. And I say that because Ben, I don't know, with you just having watched Babylon, a lot of the comparisons that you would make there, I feel like I would make quite a few in terms of just chaotic for the reason of just being chaotic, which is a lot of what Uncut Gems could be at some points, but is very much so what Babylon is. You know, you have this premise, and how we go about, solving or exploring this premise is just every single direction that you could ever be pulled in. And I feel like that's a lot of what Marty Supreme is. You have this goal, you have this objective that he is, and I won't spoil it for Charlie, but you have this objective that he has, but how he gets there and everything that happens in this movie is just like watching 4 different movies at once. And you know how much I love Babylon. You saw how Babylon was. I thrive for that feeling in a movie, and I feel like this is exactly that. I don't know how much you'd agree with that, though. Seeing as this is 2 thumbs up and Babylon is a 7,
Yeah, I mean, I like this better than Babylon very much.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I understand the comparison because the central focus of the movie is motivation of character, and the chaos that ensues is just because of the motivation of the character. And so narratively, it's a really interesting movie because it does not follow like a standard story in any which way. And there's stuff that starts happening in this movie and you're like, what are we doing here? All of it is just centered around who Marty Supreme is, and his character just leads into chaos, and that's just what happens. So from that perspective, like, I understand the comparison to Babylon because that's all about people getting too wrapped up into something, and then it causes all of this chaos and whatnot. So I get it from that perspective. It's still like, I guess I wouldn't have inherently made those connections when watching Marty Supreme. Like, I did not at all think of Babylon when I was watching Marty Supreme, but I get some of the comparisons.
Yeah, a lot of it has to deal with afterwards, just thinking about how chaotic the movie was. And I think the big scene is the whole him with Tyler the Creator and the explosion. That's all I'll say. That moment, I'm like, what is this? Like, what is going on? A lot of those moments.
Wait, Charlie, can you take your headphones off just for 1 second? Just 1 second. And that
Wait.
that
Yeah,
okay.
you're good.
And that scene with the explosion, am I
Mhm.
wrong that like all of those guys died?
That's what I was assuming because
I
he like
assumed it.
grabs his mouth and he's like,
Yeah, because they were
yeah.
all doused in gas. Like they all died.
I 100% think they
Okay,
all died.
that was a
Like
small note.
Marty,
You're good.
bro,
You're good. You're good.
Marty,
You're good.
no. Wait,
Okay, wait.
Marty indirectly kills so many fucking people in this
I
movie,
know.
and it's
I
awesome.
know.
Okay, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
And so that's why I'm like, oh, 100% I believe that. Because of everything else that happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, this movie means so freaking much to me. I think the idea of and I'll try to say as spoiler free as possible, but the idea of you having this goal or you having this like dream or this objective and all of the ups and downs that come with that, all of the emotion that comes with that. Now obviously this is over exaggerated in the movie, but like, oh, I relate to that 100%. And like one, there's a lot of other avenues that I could bring up, but one that kind of goes hand in hand with, us doing the podcast, how we all met and whatever. I remember when I first moved over here, I mean, I was dirt broke. I had to start saving up for a ring, which y'all understand just how like uh, intensive that could be. Um, and I kind of just sat down with Maddie and I was like, I'm gonna get it done. Like, you are going to be engaged by summer. I am going to get it done. In my head, I'm like, I have no idea how. I have no idea if this is even a possibility, but I never like and like exactly like what he says in the movie, I never let that enter my consciousness. I was always like, no, by summer we're going to be engaged. I'm going to find a way to make it work. I'm just going to do it. Like I have this goal. I'm just going to do it by any means necessary. And within a month is when I saw that first check come from TikTok and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, let's go. Like this is it." And so I'm just grinding, making videos, going hams, overselling my reactions, doing other things on the side because I'm like, this is how I'm gonna like this is how I'm gonna do it.
overselling his reaction. That's so
I mean,
funny.
of course I had to act a little bit in there, but and by the time summer comes, I used all of that money to buy her ring and get her engaged by summer. Um, but I feel like I tackle a lot of things that way where I'm like, I'm gonna get this by any means, and like failing does not even enter uh my consciousness, right? Like I'm going to get this by any means necessary. And that one little moment at the end of the movie, you can just feel that rush, dude. Like, oh my god, like I'll get into it later, but and I feel like that climax of the movie and that like that big feeling that is just like expressed, where like the body just goes limp, right? Um, I I don't know, like that means so much to me, and I see so much of like those little successes, and even if it just means proving something to yourself, so that that all of this stuff you said you can back up, all of this stuff that you've been preaching means something. Um, Even to just win that battle for yourself and for nothing else, God, that can just feel great, and that can just feel amazing sometimes to prove to yourself that you can do it and to prove to yourself that you're able to get it done. I relate to that 100%. Anytime I get a sale, I freaking relate to that, and that can be so powerful, and that can be such a powerful feeling. And I like to believe that I try to live my life as close to that as I can. So seeing this movie and seeing that theme of just like dream big and um, everything that Marty stands for, while he can be controversial, yes, everything that he stands for um, is just so impactful and just means so much. Um, and I think it really resonated a lot with me. After leaving, I'm just kind of sitting there with a big smile on my face, like, damn, dude, like I get it, bro. Like I get it 100%.
It's really interesting. I was thinking about it just because you brought up Babylon. The movie that I thought of a lot more would be Whiplash, which is maybe a more obvious comparison to make. There's some clear distinctions, which I won't say because I don't want to like give too much away for Charlie, but
you guys sound like you want to talk. I can take my headphones off.
Well, we want to hype this. We want to hype this up for you and then get
Listen,
into spoilers.
I am very hyped for this movie. I am very excited for this movie. Like, that's why I wanted to watch it tonight. But you guys took
How about
it away
this?
from me.
We'll give our scores real quick, and then you can take your headphones off, and then we'll go into spoilers. So
Okay.
Aiden, I assume if it's number one,
Yeah,
where are we at?
You know me, like I'm up there with a lot of stuff. So I think this is a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna. I mean, it's my favorite movie of the year, but like of the 2020s, I kind of like have been compiling as the year goes on. Of how like these previous years look. Like obviously Dune Part 3 is going to be clear cut number one. Marty Supreme is my fourth favorite movie of the 2020s. So I'm very high on this. I absolutely loved this. So yeah, my score is 5 out of 5. I absolutely love this movie.
Wow. I don't know if this will come as a surprise, but I give this like an 8.5. 8.5. And I'm not going to spoil where it's at on my ranking, but it's not as high up as you have it. Let's just
I'm sure. I mean, that's what I say. I'm so biased. I am very biased towards this movie. So I came into this being like, I'm going to be nowhere, like we're not going to be anywhere near close to each other just because I'm so high on this movie. But, I'm fine with it. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, Charles. We won't be too long. No, what I wanted to say about the Whiplash comparison is in Whiplash, the idea of Miles Teller's character sacrificing what he needs to in order to achieve his goal, it was to the point where he really did sacrifice and lose everything. He lost the girl, he was injured, relationship with his family. And in the end, the only thing that he got was feeling like he earned the respect of Fletcher as a drummer. That's all that he proved himself. And this movie, although like throughout it, it's like, yeah, he's sacrificing. In the end, he kind of gets everything. Like he has the kid, he gets the girl, he never gets in trouble for sleeping with Kevin O'Leary's wife. He never gets in trouble for any of that. And he still accomplishes his goal, but then is able to just come back and live life really without like ultimately without consequence. Which I thought was a really interesting distinction because this whole idea of like, it takes sacrifice. He almost learned that's only to a point. And like, he proved it to himself that he can be the best. That's all he needed. He didn't need to be officially labeled anything. He just needed that one game. And then after that, he's willing to move past it. I mean, before he was basically directly telling Rachel, like, I'm not settling down. I have a goal. I'm making sacrifices. Once he achieved that, he's there for her. I mean, he literally, and I don't know how he got away with all of this, but she's literally going into the hospital and she's like, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Throws on a flight the next morning.
I know,
he is out of there. And he rolls back up. It's like, yeah, I'm the father. Says I love you for like the first time. Sees his kid. He wins. He gets everything. It doesn't that's such an interesting thing of like, the sacrifice was almost temporary, which is weird because like you would think that in order, based on his mindset and what he said, some of those sacrifices should last. And really he didn't lose anything. Like it was chaotic, but eventually he got everything.
Yeah. And it is interesting how they kind of just ripped the rug out from under him where he's like, I'm here to compete. Like I'm here to compete in the championship. And they're like, you're not playing in the championship. Like that's not happening.
Yeah.
And so now he kind of can't have that label on it. So if there is anything to sacrifice with everything that happened, it's the one true dream of getting that label. And I think it just breaks him down so finely to the point where it's like, I need this for myself. I need this win so that I know that all of this stuff I've been saying isn't bullshit. I know that I actually have what it takes and I can back it up. And I'm going to get a little off topic here, but like, I'm sure you've seen some of the discourse around like the orange ball. And I think that that's just the way that those go hand in hand is just so good to me. It is pure shit to me. How not only is he able to win this and get this small victory for himself, but he's able to do it while knowing that all that orange ball stuff and literally everything in this movie can be wrapped up into that orange ball, which is just bullshit. It's just his BS. He wins that with a white ping pong ball while they're both wearing white. No excuses. He uses a regular paddle. All of that was kind of BS, and it was all in him from the beginning. And I think there's something so beautiful to that. Like there's no label on it. There's no true label. He just had to do that for himself. And that I think one of my favorite moments in this entire movie, possibly one of my favorite acting moments this year, is when he gets that final serve and he just kind of collapses and he's like, oh my God. Like, and it's not bigger to anybody else in the entire world. It literally has no consequences. Yeah. Because it's not in a championship. It is literally so minuscule, but it is the biggest moment of his entire life. And that right there, and that differentiation from Whiplash, where it's like, yeah, he can still go back home. He doesn't get in trouble with Kevin O'Leary's character. He can still go be the father of her child, and she forgives him because there was never anything there. You know, like he didn't go and put a label on anything. He got this small victory for himself and then went back home and continued his life. But that was so monumental for him that it completely changes the way that he looks at everything, including being the father of this kid that he's been disowning the whole movie. I think there's just something so rich about that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I guess to counter my own point, part of the reason why he got everything is also just part of his character. Like the attitude of, no, I'm here and this movie star's here. I'm going to call her. Oh, she's trying to hang up the phone. No. She's staying on the phone. I'm going to keep her because of my charisma. Just his presence and everything made it so that everything worked out in his favor. Even though at some point, everything hitting the fan should have ended terribly for him. He should have gotten himself killed or whatever it may be. But instead, he was able to get through everything and come out on top in every aspect.
Yeah. A lot like, Catch Me If You Can. I'm glad that I watched it. And one of the reasons I watched it was because a lot of the comparisons being made to this movie. And even though I only watched half of it, I do see a lot of comparisons between him and Leo in that movie. Along with, just the unlikable character, quote unquote, that comes with Uncut Gems and, him just kind of getting the leg up on everybody. And I think one of my favorite parts of the movie is whenever she has to give the necklace to the cop and he's like, they're just kind of walking in silence. And he's like, oh, you don't have another one? Like, you can't go grab me another one. I really need this flight. Like, I'm not going to lie.
You said you had 25 of these. They don't matter.
It's like, it's the best because he's just like, again, he's just get it by any means. And if that means just, disowning his child with this girl that he clearly cares about, or, even just ghosting and then crawling back to Gwyneth Paltrow's character, whatever it means, is like, I'm going to do it. And I wanted to know, like, what were your thoughts with the whole spanking scene? Because we're talking a lot about him really being this get it by any means, like, I'm going to do whatever I can to reach my goals, including admitting that you're being full of shit and admitting that you were being too cocky to get there. How do you perceive that? More like in the character of Marty Supreme and in like the message of the movie.
Well, I think it just goes to show that like your determination towards an end goal, sometimes you have to set your own ego aside. Like
Yeah.
you literally sometimes have to get your ass slapped and handed to you in order to achieve something bigger. And so like in that sense, I think it makes sense that eventually, I mean, he obviously is reluctant. Like he's sitting there and he's like, I'll do anything. And it's the first time that he's actually being called out to do something that he really does not want to happen. But it's also one of those things where it's like, what are you going to do? Not take a quick whooping and then you get a free flight to potentially compete in a championship. And ultimately it's like, who came out on top in the end? I mean, he went against Kevin O'Leary's request, and Kevin O'Leary was trying to. I'm just going to call him Kevin O'Leary. He was trying to. He was trying to shut down the whole event when Marty wanted to do the run back with a real game. He was trying to shut down the whole event, and so it's like you look at that and you go, yeah, he had to do something he didn't want to, but then ultimately the end result of that is that he got exactly what he wanted. And so like I think it totally makes sense in the context of his character. And I think Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Rockwell, ultimately regrets that he did that deal in the first place. I mean, he's not very happy about that. So I think it totally makes sense. And I think you see that a lot in movies like this, when you have like a determined character, like they're willing to go through some stuff, but I understand that this is like, he specifically kind of had his ego checked for one of the first real times, in order to get what he wanted. Otherwise he's gotten away like by the skin of his teeth sometimes, but pretty scot-free for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you feel with that needle drop there at the end?
Well, first of all, it's a banger song, of course.
Yeah.
So, and the symbolism, which is interesting because I don't know. I think I was conflicted at that point, just with, you know, the character motive, because it's like, it's not like Marty Supreme is genuinely a really like good guy that you root for. I mean, like he has his goals and you root for him, but he's also a terrible manipulative person.
Mhm.
And I think there was like the symbolism that I appreciated about it. Like I kind of had to set that aside. The like, oh, he's not a great person. I had to set that aside and think about it from the context of, this is him finally for the first time, like accepting what his future can be. He said he's achieved his goal. And now he's like, you know what? I'm going to accept I'm the father. I'm going to accept I love Rachel. I think it signifies, it's not only like a welcome to the world for the baby, but it's also Marty as well. Like that is his point of restarting who he is as a person, which leaves it on an overall happy note. But it's also like when you contrast that with the whole movie where he's, you know, awful and manipulative and driven to the point of a fault, it's only positive to a certain extent because we barely get to see him as a like redeemed Marty. Not that that's like a big critique, but when it comes to like the symbolism, it's like, yeah, that's really the point where he's, you know, maybe gonna finally be a good guy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you don't know what comes next. And there might be some good in that, but there also might be
Yeah.
some worry there, especially with a character like him. Yeah, my jaw was dropped as soon as I heard those first couple notes. I was like, "Oh man, they are really doing this, and like this is great."
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I've ever heard that in a project before. Surely I have. I mean, definitely. their other song, Head Over Heels, is in, oh my god, what's the name of that movie? Jake Gyllenhaal bunny costume. Oh, I'm blanking. It's one of my favorite scenes of all time. Anyways, they're
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko. Head Over Heels plays in that one, and so I was like, oh god, another song with Tears for Fears. I don't know if I would have watched anything that would have been in though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking it up, and usually if stuff has been in enough media and pop culture, then it'll come up, but I'm really not. Most of the, like, it's pointing me to like What a Wonderful World. Yeah. Wait,
oh my gosh. No, it isn't. Everybody wants it isn't Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko isn't it does not use Head Over Heels. I could have sworn it. I think the AI summary is wrong right there.
It says it's in Bumblebee. Despicable Me, Hunger Games. It's in a
Hunger
couple.
Games I'm also seeing Donnie Darko. I guess it's also in Donnie Darko.
Interesting.
As well as Head Over Heels. But
Donnie
wait, you said
Darko.
Minions?
Despicable Me 4.
Despicable Me 4. Okay.
Which is funny, but yeah.
Yeah, weird. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is in Donnie Darko and Marty Supreme. And then also Hunger Games Catching Fire. Cool. All right. Well, very small sample size then. But such a great use of it in this for this movie. I want to read a quote from Josh Safdie about that moment and that final moment. It's something that neither of the three of us would relate to at all. So I think it's cool to kind of explore that avenue. So this is his quote talking about the ending of Marty Supreme. He says, "I believe the movie is a little bit about seeing your parents before you were born. Like seeing pictures of them and thinking, what was going on there? What was their purpose? Well, I was their purpose. There's a lot of mystery in those photographs. You're very sculptable in youth. And when you have a child, I think part of you hardens. It just does. There's now one person who for the rest of their life will have a strict point of view on you. That's the new dream. That's the beauty of people who manage to remain forever young, is that they can stay sculptable in the context of parenthood and not compromise." And then it goes on to say, this is not him, but it says the relationship between filmmaking and parenthood and how both things can harden and soften persons simultaneously is real. And as our conversation comes to an end, Safdie reverts to the vulnerability he talked about at the outset. "I'm going to cry thinking about it," he said, "when the subject of his own kids comes up. It's cosmic." So I think that's a really cool viewpoint on the movie and on him and what that final scene means. That obviously we're not able to relate to because we don't have kids, but I think is a very interesting way for this movie to put in perspective, because we do have parents. We have looked at our pictures of our parents in the past and been like, what was going on here? Like, why does my dad look like that? Or like, what's the story behind this picture? And I think that's a really cool light to paint the movie in, and like over exaggerate kind of Marty's goal and his dream and how his kid will grow up and see that version of him and how his kid will see him in that light if his fictional kid were to watch this movie of him.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think that's really cool. I hadn't seen that, but I think I like hearing a director giving their interpretation, because I think of Quentin Tarantino, and I don't know if you've seen interview moments with him, but when people ask like, oh, this character's backstory, like, did this happen in their backstory? And then he's always just like, well, that's the great thing about movies, is that everybody can view it a little differently. What means one thing to you might mean something different to me. And we all come up with our different backstory of how these characters got to this point. It's like, dude, shut up. You wrote the movie. Just tell us. Like, it's so stupid. So hearing a director who's willing to just be like, yeah, here's a grander purpose and story about like what this movie's about. Because yeah, everybody can have their own like different interpretations, but hearing a director say like, here's what it meant to me, I think is always great to shed light on, because like I wouldn't have directly thought of it in like a, viewing a parental figure in that way, and the exaggeration of that and kind of a reflection on that. I wouldn't have thought of it in that way inherently.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. And I think that's just cool for him to give like some direct context for that scene. Um to kind of, even just for like people like us, to kind of open the gate into what that looks like for somebody else viewing the movie, like what Quentin Tarantino likes to be pretentious about. Um, so yeah, I appreciate when a director is able to open up about what that means and what exactly is going on there, and how we would interpret it in different ways and whatnot. So yeah, I had an absolute blast with this. I obviously drafted this movie. I had to have a lot of conversations with people saying, trust the vision. I have a feeling that this movie will be great. It's this movie about someone chasing their dream. Timothy Chalamet is just on, like, a hunger on the hunt for that Oscar. It's going to be a banger. I had to sit with y'all two kind of giving me looks about it and being like, oh, what kind of pick is this? So I went in a little bit biased, but to see that be justified, and to see people kind of also be like, damn, this is a banger. I see the vision too. And even back in like earlier this year in like March, February, March, whenever people were like, yo, this could be a sleepy, like sneaky pick. And I was able to get it. Bro, I saw the vision the whole time. Like I knew what this movie was going to be. Does that feed into my bias? Yes. But I am happy that you're as high on it as you are, because that is something I would not have expected when I picked it. So the fact that it's gotten this much praise, and I called my shot earlier this year when all we had was behind the scenes shots of it. You gotta give me some credit, man. Come on. You gotta give me some credit. So that makes me very happy, and I'm glad that it was able to live up to the insane hype. So
yeah, I mean, I think I'm lower on it than I expected to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Just like where it ends up on my my ranking for the year and whatnot. I think I thought it might be a little higher, but
I'm not gonna lie, this was actually lower on my list when I initially got out of the movie. It was Hamnet, Sinners. Oh gosh, I'm just giving away my list. Whatever. It my top three: Hamnet, Sinners, and Marty Supreme. As Marty Supreme being my number 3. So I'm still, very high on it. But it was my third favorite movie of the year, and then I just kind of started thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know what? I think I can say that this was my favorite movie of the year, my favorite movie experience, but it's definitely not the best. I think the best obviously is Hamnet. So I'm like, I'm gonna pull some strings and put this at my number 1, because I like it that much and I care that much about it. So I was actually lower on it and then moved it up. So
yeah, I don't know. I feel like my reflecting upon it over the last couple of days has solidified it as like, yeah, it's a really good movie, but I don't think it moves me to increase it on my list. So yeah. I'm not going to say where it's at, but we'll see.
Yeah, there were a couple times on the drive where I was listening to music and I was playing Forever Young and Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and I was like, man, I freaking love this movie, dude. Like, I just kept thinking about it. At that point, I had already moved it to my 1, but yeah, I'm just very pleased with it. I hope that it get some Oscar nominations. Also, dude, incredible acting throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like insane
Yes.
acting. He has a way, and especially Kevin O'Leary. I'm not gonna lie, Kevin O'Leary, I feel like was a great actor in this. And I don't know, I feel like Timothée Chalamet just has a way of just oozing chemistry with anybody that he's on screen with, including Tyler the Creator and Kevin O'Leary. So I was a little worried as we got closer to the movie and they started talking about Gwyneth Paltrow's sex scenes with Timothée Chalamet, and then Tyler the Creator and Kevin O'Leary being in the movie. I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? But fantastic all around, literally on every cylinder. So that was really cool to see as well.
Yeah, that almost goes without saying.
Yeah.
I think we all knew that, and yeah, give Timmy his Oscar. Like that's totally fine.
Let's go.
Give him his Oscar. I agree. I'm there.
Go.
I'm there. 100%.
Let's go. Oh, I love that, dude. I wouldn't have took you as being on board, but
that's why this was for Timmy.
There you go. I like it. Yeah. We're
Bruh, y'all done, man?
oh man, I'm not gonna lie, Ben was there's a lot of interesting things from Ben that make me kind of happy today. So I like got out of the movie and I told Maddie, I was like, I don't think Ben and Charlie are gonna like this. I don't think Brandon's gonna like it. Like I was like, I think they're gonna be at like a 7 or like a 6.5. I was like, I don't know. This just feels like one of those movies where I'm super high on it and everyone is super low on it. So you and Brandon are both at an 8.5, which I kind of figured like, okay, if they love it as much as I do, it'd probably be at an 8.5. I'm going to be over the top with a 10. So I'm very excited about everything we've talked about today, but that's a little background into why I am, because I was like, they're not going to like it. I can already tell. So I'm happy they did. And I'm very happy that you're also on board of Timothée Chalamet Best Actor. So let's freaking get it.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie.
So it is time to move on to our next and I believe final topic. Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2, which released last week on Christmas Day at 5 p.m. PST. You know, the best. Best.
Gross.
Terrible.
The
Can't
best
even order
time zone.
pizza. Everyone's getting off of fucking work and shit, man. Holy. What are we doing?
Calm down, buddy. Calm down, bro. Okay. Initial thoughts in 3. Oh, this is gonna be a spicy one. 2, 1. Okay.
I'd probably lean a little in between, like go back and forth.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie, there were points in time throughout this week where I was calling it some hot ass, you know, and I still do think that there are elements of it that are just some hot ass
As the week goes on.
Yeah.
Really?
It's getting a lot worse to me.
I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie, when watching that last episode and the credits hit, I was like, oh damn, I was pissed. I was kind of pissed off because I'm like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Volume 1 was such a banger. What are we doing?
Yep. I was mad.
Yep.
They messed up. I'm sorry, they messed up.
Well, I guess since you guys talked, I'll go. I think this volume was I think I like it more than most, judging by the fact that I went halfways and you both went down or halfway to down. But you know, I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said online already? It does just feel sort of all over the place. And that was a worry that I had when we talked about Volume 1. I felt like there's a lot of stuff to cover, and we're just There's nowhere. By the end of volume 1, we were nowhere, and we're still nowhere. I don't understand the focus on Holly so much. Like, this is the final season of this damn show, dude. Why are we focusing on this girl who, granted, has been here the entire time, but she hasn't been here the entire time? So, like, it's such a misuse of our time, I guess, is the best way to put it. Not to say that it's not like interesting. Like, everything that she has going on with Max is interesting because I care about it for Max's sake. But even then, like, that can only carry you so far. Things that I liked a lot, Dustin and Steve, what a great scene there. That was a fantastic scene. Great acting from both of them.
Best part of the whole season
Would love more of that. You
Yeah.
know, would love more of, and I don't mean to jump,
you're
Charlie,
good.
please continue after me. But this is what I brought up with a little bit of my issues with volume 1. I'm like, man, we're doing the whole Max and Holly thing. We're doing this whole kid subplot. What I love so much about the show is our main cast of kids that we haven't got to see together much of at all. Like, we have a whole scene with Nancy and Jonathan. Then we have a whole scene with Max and Holly. Why are we doing this in the 5th, 6th, and 7th episode, 7th, 8th, whatever it is? Why are we doing this leading up to the finale? And why are we spending so much time on characters that, you know, aren't as important as what we've loved seeing these first 3 seasons? And a lot of the relationships. And like I said, my family was playing a bunch of old episodes. I think season 3 and 4 are so fucking good, man. I don't get the hate. I'm gonna put my foot down because after seeing this and after seeing what they've given us, I don't care about the Russia side plot. I'm fine with that because season 4 is so fucking good. Season 3 is so fucking good compared to whatever they're giving us here, and I miss that point in this show so much, and I took it for granted. And any of those little criticisms that I might have agreed with back in the past, I don't care. Even all the Eddie stuff, fuck it, man. I love that so much more than what we got, and I love all of those connections and how it's able to like hook everybody and give everybody something to agree with and be this big cultural phenomenon. And they didn't give us anything worthwhile in those past 3 episodes. They didn't give us any type of big moment or you know, big thing to celebrate as fans of media or as this cultural event. They gave us jack fucking shit, and you can't do that in volume 2 leading into your finale. Where am I wrong?
The Will scene. Come on, man. Will's had some banger scenes.
What, him just saying him saying run? Yes, I think that was
fire.
Phenomenal. But that's shoved under the rug under everything else that just like that especially
because of what happens right after him. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And like, I loved bringing Callie in. Oh my god,
that's a bad take. That's a terrible take.
Yeah, I think that's
a terrible take.
I was fine with it. Not that I loved it. I was fine with it.
I wasn't personally.
But God, I mean, literally just to have her be a floating "you should kill yourself" bot the whole time.
I was fine with it if they went a different direction, but yeah, so far she's just such a useless addition that what I'm guessing where this is gonna go, this easily could have just been like have that general character in the Upside Down, have her like give some a quick like evil monologue or something that will accomplish the same shit that Kali is doing right now, that is just ultimately fucking nothing. So
it pisses me off. And my point with all of that was that they've taken everything from volume 1 and volume 2 just ran it to the fucking dirt. Like I just think it's abysmal that we don't have a big moment yet. We don't have anything. Oh my God, have y'all seen the fucking clip going around of how they ended the penultimate from season 4, where they're all in the RV and it's just panning to every single one of them? Oh, that is the best thing I've seen all season, and it's not even in this fucking season. Like the Dear Billy episode. My God, we're saying that season 4 of Stranger Things isn't in talks for like best of the entire series. I thought season 5 was supposed to be better than this. Like, this is your final season, and you haven't even held a candle to it. It blows my
Well,
mind.
we liked in volume 1. We did like the Will episode, like the finale of volume 1. We did
Great.
not as much
Yes.
as Dear Billy,
Yes.
but we
No.
did like it a lot.
It's great. It's great. Yes, I don't think it even. I don't think it
Ben,
holds up. to
don't
anything
switch
we've
up
seen so
now.
far.
You
No,
liked
no, no.
it too.
I'm not. Whoa.
Ben is
whoa,
definitely
whoa.
a lot more, but I wanted to get that off my chest. Charlie, I said please continue. I want you to continue though.
I mean, yeah, as what I said about Collie, but Dustin and Steve, they did a fantastic job, fantastic performance. I mean, just Steve ripping Eddie apart in that moment, like, just gave me chills. My fiance literally, I think Steve is getting or Dustin is getting Vecna right now, because no way Steve would say this shit. And I was like, I don't think that's the case, bro. Great moment between them. Another great character moment that I really enjoyed was Nancy and Jonathan, but with the caveat, it would have been so much better if they died there. Dude, imagine that if they actually died there. And that's how they end up. I get it though, for certain, like, oh, Jonathan needs to be there for the scene where Will comes out because Jonathan's known all along, yada,
wrong.
yada, yada. But like, bro, that would have worked so damn well, man. There's talk online of like, did you know they broke up? And like, that was a question I had in my head too. But like, also, I mean, it was pretty like on the, like, they definitely, if they weren't broken up, they were just like, they made their intentions with each other very clear that like, this isn't gonna go much further than where it is. And so, I don't know. It was a great scene, great, very well acted.
Whoa. I'm sorry. I have to jump in here. It was a terrible scene because
What do you mean?
this whole show is, and people have made like sketches of it basically being like Disney Channel-esque. This whole show is they're in some dire situation, and then one character is just like, oh wait, I've solved it. They have a fully fleshed out plan for what they're going to do to overcome said situation. They're sitting here in this room, and it's literally like they could take
Filling up.
2 of the chairs and stack them onto the table and go out of the hole. And they're just sitting
Or just
there.
wait for the room to fill up and then swim. Like,
I'm like, bro, you guys come up with on the whim plans for the craziest situations, and then stuff just works. Oh yeah, Mike's just gonna like make a bomb real quick, and then we're like, this is our plan, and you guys, you can't get out of a room. Like, I don't know. That to me was like, the scene itself can be good from an emotional standpoint,
Sure.
but I was pissed off, and I was like, okay,
Fair.
fine. If you're gonna show that these characters are idiots compared to how most of this show works, at least kill them off. And then they didn't even do that. So I hated the scene as a whole.
And then also, people are also making those jokes like, "Oh, it's so Disney Channel-esque," and it seems like it's coming out a lot after Volume 2, and like the plan that Robin had. So if this is what she did with all the records, if this is Vecna and this is blah, blah, like, okay, but like you said, that's been the entire show. If you're complaining about that now, you never liked the show, because that has literally always been the show.
I'm complaining that
no, I'm not saying you. No, I'm saying the internet. I'm saying the internet,
good.
not you. I'm saying the internet.
Complaining at how these 2 idiots couldn't have gotten out of that room. That's what I'm complaining about.
Yeah.
If you want to make it the show, make it the show. But then what are we doing here? Acting like there's any threat to what is happening to them.
Was it ever explained what that goo was, or is that just like the building melting? Is that just what is going on there?
The
collapse of the dark matter.
Yeah, the dark matter thing is like, maybe it only affects like certain certain elements or something on the
and why
table.
like, and why does it just stop and harden halfway? Like, oh my god, bro, what are we doing?
Also,
genuinely, what are we doing?
Vecna saved Holly's life. Like, if we're being real, Holly's dead. Holly is dead without Vecna grabbing her ass right there.
Can we also just can we also just please, and maybe this is CinemaSins, maybe it's not, how in the world does the gravity work the way that it does? The way that they explained it is so stupid. So gravity's only going one way in this wormhole, which in and of itself does not make sense because it's a wormhole. So that's not how it should work. But also, even if that's the case, they're saying that this was an in-between between the Abyss and Hawkins. Are the Demogorgons and Demodogs just like free falling out of the sky? Like, how are we getting from here to there?
I imagine Vecna had something to do with that. But I mean, yeah, fair. But we also saw that you can revive one in this volume. So like maybe they did fall out of the sky and then Vecna revived them somehow.
And where are the bats? Where are the bats, bro?
Oh yeah, I've been saying that since volume 1.
Where are the particles that we have? We have to have masks and hazmat suits. Like, where's
stepping on
the upside? Great point I've seen online. The upside down does not feel like it used to. Like it just feels, and that's why they introduced this other world, because like the upside down is such a nothing. They go into that shit all the time on a fucking whim. Mike went into that shit for the first fucking time, and it was just nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing to him.
And the throwaway line that they said in volume 1 is that he took all of the bats and all of the Demogorgons, all the Demodogs. He took everything and went to the Abyss with them, and that's where they all are because they came in. I think they say he tucked his tail. He took everyone with him, and he's hiding. Either that or that the camp got rid of all of them. And I hate that it would be somehow, some way the camp just eliminated everything in the upside down, and now it's kind of free with the exception of some things there. But yeah, they just completely took all of the cool stuff about the upside down out and put fucking military in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Like, and that's where I think they fucked themselves with season 4, ending it with like a big post-apocalyptic, the city's on shutdown. The military has control of the city. Like, they can't even be normal kids anymore. Well, guess what I fucking love the most about this show? Them being kids, buddy. Like, we already got robbed of that because they're all old as shit now. And now you just kind of take away all the funness of that, and you write yourself in a bubble. And then you make Holly fucking Wheeler have the most screen time out of everybody the whole fucking season. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
There's so many things that I could complain about. I truthfully, like, I was happy with volume 1 mainly for the ending of volume 1. I still expressed being very displeased after the ending of season 4 that we're just going to brush past that and it basically never happened. This is solidifying they are flying by the seat of their pants. They did not have any of this planned out at all because they're neglecting so many things. And I've seen so many posts now about just more and more things added on. The fact that the last time that Max knew about Hopper, he was dead. And then she went into her coma. So their reunion where he's just casually standing there and there's nothing. It just goes to show that like they did not write this story or these character arcs with any sort of purpose of like, oh yeah, Max not seeing Hopper, that's a significant thing. So when she shows back up, there should be something about it. They're just brushing past that, acting like it's nothing to then focus on something that we don't care about. It's just not thought out. It's not planned out. I seriously think that this is one of the worst 3 stretches of Stranger Things episodes. Like, genuinely. But there's some great moments, like the Steven Dustin stuff. I seriously, like, that is my favorite part of this entire season so far. And that what I'm looking forward to most in the finale is that stuff. Anything else? I don't like. At the end of the final episode of this volume, when they are driving into the upside down, I should feel stakes. I should feel anticipation. I should feel like dang, I want to watch that finale right now. I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there at all. I literally said there should not be only one episode of Stranger Things left with how I'm feeling right now. They talked in interviews about like, oh yeah, we looked at the reactions to like Game of Thrones and other stuff. Like, we've been very careful about it. It's like, nope. Sorry. You're fumbling.
All-time fumble. Yep. All-time
fumbling.
Fumble. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, him just sitting down with all the kids and just being like, oh, it's time, and the clock chimes, and that's it. I'm like, I sat there and I was like, there's actually, I was pissed, bro. I was genuinely mad. I'm like, there is no fucking way that this is it. Like, there is no way that we have one episode left. What the fuck are we doing, dude? It made me very upset. Yeah, I think a big detriment of this season is, I think what I can at least try and boil it down to somewhat, is just how big of a focus there is on just the kid subplot and Holly herself, and how much fucking time we spend with Holly and Max, just for them to get out at like towards the end, and then just Max sits around on a fucking wheelchair the whole time. Like, fuck, man.
She doesn't even look like she's trying to move, bro.
Let's talk about that sorry ass fucking Karen moment. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
what the actual fuck are we doing in this show? This is the fucking Stranger Things from season 3 and 4, from season 1 and 2. Like, the whole fucking show. You mean to tell me this slop you're giving me of fucking Karen having some badass moment?
It would have been better if they just had like Hopper and the others get there in the nick of time. Like, it would have been
I kind of thought it. I other than like the hints of showing her getting up.
Yeah,
I thought it should have been them, and I almost thought it was them for a second, and then all of a sudden I'm like, bro,
dude,
why did you not just die in like
there's also
2 or 3?
The thing we saw Hopper last season, literally running from demo dogs, running for his damn life, and Lucas holding Max just fucking Spartan kicks one, bro, and it
right after
across the hallway, bro.
Right after they tanked bullets from the military.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck,
dude?
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
Genuinely, I want to know what the fuck is going on through the Duffer Brothers' heads.
Elle is just like,
she's
oh my god, bro,
she's mogging in every scene, bro.
Dog shit.
Since when was she not like the main character of the show?
No,
like,
that's facts too, bro.
Thing.
She's madly sidelined this entire final season. She's sidelined. It's crazy.
Dude,
I don't understand.
She is fucking god awful in this season. My god, is it bad? Like, it's so
bro, the
bad.
writing was on the wall with the what was that robot movie where I said she was a bad actress?
The
Electric State. Yeah.
Bro, but then you look at clips from like season 1 and 2, and it's like,
sure.
There was something there.
Yeah,
there was.
How do you get older and wiser and get worse as an actor? That's insane. I think it's so bad that I think they're just phoning it in because they're like, fuck, I'm tied to this show. I got to do this that I'm way too old for. I can't be doing this shit anymore. That they just have to phone it in because it's because they're just embarrassed of the cringe that they're a part of. I don't know, man. I'm upset. I'm getting mad just fucking talking.
I'm getting
about
hot.
Dude.
I have to take my blanket off.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm upset.
I want to talk about the coming out scene.
I don't. No.
Well, see, for me, I actually I have a take on it where, like, I don't dislike it as much as everybody else does, because I think it works for what they're setting up for the conflict between Will and Vecna specifically. They laid it out with the sense that, like, Vecna has this secret that he's deathly afraid of. He's unwilling to go into this cave. We don't know what that is yet, other than, I guess, the little thing that we saw with where he had to beat some guy to death when he was a kid or something. That is maybe part of it. Maybe that's the whole thing. I don't know. But Will, the whole point of this scene is Will is not the entire point, but part of the big point is that Will is letting go of his secret. He's letting go of the thing that's weighing him down, so then he has a better chance against Vecna. And I as far as like setting that up goes, I think that that's great. I think that that's a wonderful way to tie that in and make that matter more. As for the actual, like, why was he like, I like candy, I like hot dogs, I like pizza, and I like all the same little things you guys like. He just started listing the whole fucking gamut, bro. Chill.
Kept going. I'm reading the subtitles like, please tell me it ends soon. Like, holy fuck.
I also just like, I understand the story purpose, which is like part of it's a little weird because I get like the end of volume 1 was him accepting it for himself to even be able to control the Demogorgons, and now
Sure.
it's him being able to speak it to everybody to like really face it and whatever. But I still am like, are we really sitting here in a room with Kali and Matt? Like, it should have
Like, why the
maybe
hell is
just
Collie
been
there?
his mom, the core group of friends, and Jonathan. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it made
Because even Steve, like, why is Steve there? You know, like,
Yeah.
bro Steve.
They interacted for the first time all like season, like the entire show.
it's the
They
entire
interacted
show,
for
yeah.
the first time this season.
Yeah. So like, as much as I understand like the story significance of it, it still is frustrating because like all of a sudden, and I know that there's been people who have been looking back and been like, yeah, Will's been one of the main characters all along because he was the one who was taken. It's like, okay, I understand that he's been on a big journey throughout this entire show, but it feels like we're doing this and neglecting like 11 really being one of the main focuses of the show. She's completely sidelined so that Will can like really take his place as the main character of the show. That doesn't feel earned. Like you didn't highlight Will enough to then just put him in the driver's seat and get rid of the other things that you've been really focusing on and building up. So like I understand
I'll
the
agree to that
story.
in past seasons, like season 4 specifically. No, but
Yeah.
the beginning, I feel like this entire season has been very Will focused, though. I will say that.
That's what
Yeah,
he's
but
saying.
it's to the point where it's sacrificing the sidelining of other characters that were the focus or have been for many seasons. I mean,
Mhm.
season 4, the big focus on Elle was her regaining her powers. I mean, she's dragging helicopters down, big explosions in the desert.
Sure.
She's struggling to lift the van. Like in this season, I don't
Struggled to
understand.
lift a metal plate to cover up
Yeah.
the scar.
Yeah.
I don't understand how we go, oh yeah, Elle's on this huge
And supposedly she got more powerful after the end of season 4. That was the whole thing. Her getting her powers back. Oh, you're gonna get your powers back, and they're gonna be stronger. Okay, yeah, buddy. Where's that?
just
Well,
not.
yeah, and she's supposed to be like Vecna and her are arch enemies, bro. Like they are like this is fucking Kobe versus LeBron right here. Like we are meant to believe all of season 4 that that's what it is, right? Like they are going at it. He is coming for her, she's coming for him. It's blood. And have they interacted at all? Like even once? Have they sensed each other at all even once? No, it's literally just been all Will, which is fine.
Because like
But where like
there
what do
are
we do
thematic
with
reasons for that. I'm not combating what you're saying. I'm just saying there are thematic reasons for it being Will, which is why if there's a team up, if like him and Elle fighting Vecna, and if they make it badass, I think that'll be cool. But sorry, continue.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I guess my complaint is that season 4 and everything that we built there and all of the stuff that we played around with, such as Vecna and 11 and them being out for blood against each other, where does that go? Like, is that just built up there and then you spend season 5 building up Will and then the finale you have both of them clash? Like, why was that not thought out a better way to where it's not like, oh yeah, the last time that 11 and Vecna interacted was 5 fucking years ago when season 4 came out. Like, oh yeah, I remember they're arch enemies now, so this team up scene makes sense. Like, I just that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't compute where you don't just have that kind of structured differently instead of just doing one person in season 4, one person in season 5, big team up in the finale.
I would also say you could argue that Will has been a main character the entire time. Just he took a back seat in, say, season 3 and 4, and then came back to the forefront in 5.
But that's
But-
the thing. Like they're taking back seats, and then last season they're trying to like pick up all their pieces. I don't know.
My point
Sure.
is
Keep it with
more
11.
That adds to Ben's point. Like they're definitely flying by the seat of their pants, 100%.
Yeah.
Like
my point.
that is irrefutable at this point.
My point was not that he's not a main character. I think he was one of the main characters from the beginning. But clearly the show was more focused on how it presented it, was more focused on the upside down, 11, her powers. That was the thing of the show. Every single season built upon that. And so, yeah, he's one of the main characters, but for him now to be the focus and we're sacrificing the storyline of Elle and her powers, that's just a fumble. Like, I
Sure.
think you can have all of the stuff that we've had with Will while writing something way more interesting for Elle. But to completely pivot to where I wouldn't even say that Elle is a main character of this season. She's really not. She's a side character.
Sure.
That's a big change compared to the rest of the show. I just think their balance is completely off.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Will, you're gay? Damn, Will, you're gay?
Oh, you're okay.
That's all fucking Fuck,
Dude,
she gets on my nerves.
What I think is going to happen, though, is I think the finale is going to have really good moments. I think they're probably gonna kill off Steve. If they don't, then like, what are we doing?
Honestly,
like,
bro, I'm at a point. I don't know if they're gonna kill anybody.
I don't think they are either. I'm not gonna lie. I think 11 will
If
like
they kill
sacrifice.
somebody,
I
Sorry,
think
I
11 will sacrifice herself. Like, and I think that's as far as we're gonna get. They're playing with this theme of like,
that's not happening.
kill yourself, kill yourself. I think she'll sacrifice herself, but she'll still be alive. Like, she won't be like dead sacrifice. She will just kind of like
See, and then what the
genuinely.
fuck's the
I
point
don't
of
think
that?
anybody. I don't think anybody fucking dies. I don't think
Sure.
anybody dies tomorrow.
I think
they
if
have
somebody
to.
dies, it's gonna be like a fucking Mr. Clark type shit. Like nobody,
Yeah.
bro,
like
no.
the kind of characters
Chip
they've
and Derek.
always killed off. Yeah.
No,
I'm saying, dude,
Not
I'm
Derek.
telling you, bro.
not Derek,
I'm-
please.
I'm telling you, man.
There's just no way.
Dude,
I don't know, dude. I honestly think
what
that
is
nobody's gonna die.
other than like, if you die, I die. Like there's nothing that's building to that, and it's also like you're gonna do what one death is not gonna make me feel like any like the wait was worth it in any sort of way. Like they still just they played it so safe throughout every single season, and then now to get here and what they're gonna kill the fan favorite, Steve. Come on.
I just think there was some layups. Kill the Wheeler parents. There's literally zero reason that they needed to be kept alive. We got Mr. What's Its Name. They could have found that a different way at the Wheeler house. It didn't have to come directly from Mrs. Wheeler. Nancy and Jonathan, they could have just killed them there. And yeah, okay, Jonathan's not there for Will's big scene, is not going to be there for the finale. That's okay. Like, I don't
They need to
understand
be
that-
okay with that. Exactly.
When have
Hey,
we
notice
cared
Sean
about
Levy
Jonathan
directed
being
this episode?
anywhere else?
Notice Sean Levy.
He directed
This one and the one before.
6 and 7, right?
Whoa, W meme.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No, he literally. But that's the thing. Like going in, like literally 10 minutes before the show, the volume 2 came out. I was talking with Brendan, and I was like, "Oh my God, Sean Levy and the Duffer Brothers did episode 6 and 7. The last episode they freaking did together was Dear Billy. Like, we are in for some shit, bro. Like, I was hype. I was like, man, tonight could be a legendary night.
But it's not the filmmaking, it's the script, it's the story. Like,
It's just fuck, man.
Which the Dover Brothers, they wrote that shit. So.
yeah, no. Yeah.
It pisses me off. Well, now they can't do my freaking Young Avengers show that I was talking about.
I think okay. I think the problem with the finale, and I started this earlier, and then we got on a tangent about something else. I think the thing about the finale is it's going to have some really good moments. I do think they have to kill off Steve. They have to. This buildup of, if you die, I die. Please don't do this to me again. I can't go through it again. That is the thing that they have been preparing audiences for. It's the only thing that they've been, like, death-wise. That and
then
Elle.
Justin kills himself. Like, come on, bro.
No.
Justin kills himself. Dustin kills himself because he can't deal with it.
Justin, did you say?
I said Justin. I just said Justin at first. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like Steve sacrificing himself and Dustin having to deal with that. Like, that will carry weight, and it's one of the few deaths that they've been setting up. It's that, Hopper, L. Those are the only 3 characters where there's been either dialogue or story set up for them to die in a meaningful way whatsoever. I think we're gonna get something. If they really don't, then like my gosh, I don't even know. And I think we're going to get some great emotional moments. I think there's going to be a lot that happens. That's all well and cool. I still think that we're going to end this show by completely ignoring so many plot holes and loose ends that are still sitting out there. I really don't think that they're going to tie this up nicely. Like, we haven't touched on the mind flare at all and how that fits into anything. Like, okay,
because apparently Vecna's not the big bad. It's the mind flayer still. So
the mind flayer is the big bad. And there's people who are saying that the like Vecna's fortress, that is the body of the mind flayer, because it looks kind of like a dead spider. And the heart in the middle, the vessels, is to reignite the mind flare. And that Vecna was the first one to get flayed when he was a child, and whatever was in the briefcase. There's all of these things. Do I seriously think that we can not only explain everything that needs to be explained, tie up everything when it comes to character loose ends and all of that storyline? Do I think that we can do that even in a 2-hour finale? God, no. It can't happen. We're going to leave stuff behind, or we're not going to have fulfilling character motives. Just think of where everybody's at. Max is in a freaking wheelchair still.
Can't move. Yeah, literally can't move.
Where are we going with any of this? I think the problem is there's going to be too many really good moments, and so a lot of people are going to really like the finale.
And honestly, I think that's just where we need to put our heads. So we need to make a pact right now that, hey, we all know that tomorrow there's no way that this is good or makes up for anything in this season. Let's just have fun, guys. Let's just go in and have fun and celebrate.
I said that the Will and L scene is going to be fire against Vecna. And
I think you literally just have to go in and just hang on to all the hype moments in Aura and ignore all of the writing. Like, I think that's literally just what you have to do for a good episode next week.
So I want to go over a theory, and I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but the theory is that ever since Will tapped into the hive mind, since then, we've been seeing our characters basically in like a play that like Vecna's been orchestrating, and like what has happened since that point hasn't been real. There's been a lot of things that have been pointed out. Holly Wheeler, when she had her like flashback of her day at school seeing Mr. What's-It, she noticed that there was a difference in the merry-go-round, the center color being different, yellow versus gray. And so people have been pointing out that there's been a couple of things that in volume 1, like the dial that's used to power the Radio Shack was like a gray dial. And then in volume 2, it was a red dial. And pointing out just like very clear things of discrepancies when Will was having his coming out speech, talking about memories of getting lost in the woods. That's not a good memory for him. Like that's a bad memory for him because of the night that he was taken, or getting milkshakes at the store that his mom used to work for. We've seen that store. It's a convenience store. They don't serve malted milkshakes there at all. And so there's been people pointing out that like there's inconsistencies of things that are being said, or even the things that we've seen visually, some of the comments that Will's been making, that almost seems like Vecna is in control of what's happening, and that it's all kind of a charade, if you will. I don't know exactly like the interpretation of what that means. I've heard some people also say that like, oh, Kali is the mind flayer or whatever. I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff. So I guess, do you guys think that everything that we've seen since volume 1, are you kind of
Kali flayed?
That's the question. It like, because here's the thing: if Kali is flayed, the thought is she's trying to tell 11 basically, then the mind flayer to kill yourself. Dead, well, the mind flayer isn't like. The thought is that the mind flayer isn't actively dead as much as like there's still a physical representation. Yeah, dormant. And we don't even know when the flaying could have happened. But the thought is that she's trying to get 11 to kill herself because the Mind Flayer might know that 11 is the only real threat.
Well,
I think
that's why, because the Mind Flayer took away her powers in season 3.
Yeah.
I think Callie is 100% is going to be a big plot twist where I think we either see her like in cahoots with Vecna, in cahoots with the Mind Flayer, or Flayed. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm just curious on if you guys have any theories or if you're just taking everything we've seen in volume 2 at face value. Because I've seen a lot of people just throwing out like the craziest theories about how all of this works and whatnot. And to me, like anything I've heard, even if I believe it, even if it ends up being true, they haven't set it up well enough to like make it a good narrative either way.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of theories, I really just keep seeing the sentiment of Vecna kind of having a redeeming moment or sacrificing himself. I think we definitely do see a lot of what that play instilled, that the play in real life happened. I think we see a lot of that. I think Vecna could even show that to them if they wanted, but I do think we get more clarity on that. I still stand by that. Yeah, I think that we get a Vecna sacrifice moment or a Vecna redeeming moment. Not that it's gonna be good. Not that I'm saying that that's good, but I do think that's where the show is going. I do think that he will have some redeeming moment that is like a sacrifice for the kids or something.
If they do that, bro, they have lost the fucking plot, man. They have lost it so bad.
I think that's where we're headed, and there's just a lot of things that point to that. There's a lot of things in this season and last season that kind of point to that being the case. I stand by that. I stand by getting to see a lot more of the lore with Henry Creel. And then in terms of everything being a play and there being a lot of discrepancies or a lot of inconsistent things, I'm not sure, man. When it comes to theories like that, or even the theory of, which I don't think they'll do this, but like, oh, everything was a big D&D game, and like they were all, this was all in their, this was all one big game in Mike's basement. Time travel, everything that's happened,
I was about to bring up
doesn't
time
happen.
travel.
Yeah, they go back in time and erase everything. I have a hard time even swallowing those theories, just because I think that there's no way that they do that. There's no way they have the balls to do that. They haven't even had the balls to kill off any of their characters. But like a play is a cool way to go around it. A play is a cool way to kind of get that same sentiment across without fully undoing everything. I think that'd be cool. Do I think that they're smart enough to write that? I don't know.
And there was some significance even with the flashback showing that Joyce went to high school with Henry Creel, which is like, I saw somebody point out, it's like, bro, they did not go to high school together. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But the like pamphlet that had his play on it, there was some significance about like the title of his play, and I think the date was also on the anniversary of Will's taking. So
yeah,
like there's been some things that have been pointed out that can kind of lead into that direction. And also I've seen the time travel stuff, which is like, oh, the wormhole, and like somebody's going to be able to travel back in time and basically make it so everybody can live in a world where there was no Vecna and Upside Down and whatever. And
I think that's
like
a bridge too far if that happens.
Yeah, only this one person who goes back in time and makes that be the case, only that person will have like memories of everything that happened. I'm like, okay,
Days of Future Past Wolverine.
We're not
yeah.
we're not getting that, right? That's just not happening. But I don't know. There's so much, even just like the reveal of like, oh, the Upside Down is a wormhole, and then like the dark matter, and it's pulling everything out. That led to nothing. I mean, Steve's car went away, and like the whole concept of it, it's like that was not like no way, like it's a wormhole, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
It was just like, what? It was whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
I don't know. I feel no excitement to watch the finale. It's the final episode of the whole show. I
Yeah.
feel annoyed. I feel nothing positive going into it at all.
I'm excited just for like the moment, you know, and just for like getting to experience it and make a big deal out of it. Like we're, you know, going to watch it with Brandon, and like, you know, it'll be fun. I'm excited for that. You know, like, oh hey, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, I'm gonna be heading over there,
Wait, you're
eat
going to
pizza,
watch it?
watch the no, not the movie,
Okay.
not in theaters. No, everywhere was sold out near us. But like,
That would have
no,
gotten
like
me like a little bit more excited.
that would have been sick. No, like going to his house to watch it. But I'm like, yeah, just like a cool big watch party. Like I'm gonna try to enjoy it as much as I can. I'm obviously upset with the show. I'm or upset with season 5. I'm very upset with it. So I think at this point, just for like my mental health, I think I'm just gonna enjoy as much as I can from it. I'm still gonna be excited for it. I'm still gonna be excited for the event in the moment. But you know, it's just I don't know, man. There's just only so much that you can really prepare yourself for.
Yeah, I think episode 7 being the worst reviewed episode of the whole show.
Oh, y'all want to see something real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know it dropped. That dropped like a rock.
Yeah. I didn't know until just now I looked. Yeah, that's actually insane. That was at a 90 when
Yeah.
reviews first came out. At like an 87, I think was the lowest. Yeah.
And here's the problem is
For context, we're looking at the Rotten Tomatoes score, which for audience of season 5 has dropped from an 87 to a 56.
Yeah. I think the problem is that like there are going to be some defenders who will be like, "Oh, the worst episode and it's the one where Will came out. People must be homophobic." Is there some of that? Sure, whatever. But I think the greater point on why it's the worst reviewed episode is because it's the penultimate episode to the entire show. People are sick. Like on an individual episode basis, like there were things that I was annoyed by, but watching episode 5 and then episode 6, it wasn't like I had a terrible time watching those episodes as individual episodes. Lots of things that annoyed me, but a lot of great moments. But once we get to the penultimate episode, it's like, yeah, it's going to be one of my least favorite of the entire show when this is what you give me. That's just the way that it is. And so I like, it's a stark contrast, yeah, between episode 5, 6, and then 7. Like 5 and 6 were pretty well reviewed episodes individually, especially compared to the 7th one. But still, all of these should be some of the lower rated episodes of the show, in my opinion. Not because they're bad inherently, but they are very bad when it comes to being volume 2, season 5, almost the end of the entire show.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm excited going into it just because I can finally be done with the show. I've always thought the show was overrated. I've never liked it as much as everybody else. So,
Yeah.
I love season 1.
I remember us talking about it. I love season. I mean, I really love every single season. But like 3 and 4 really stick out to me just because of like when those came out and like all the memories I have attached to them. I mean, I was watching season 4 of Stranger Things while watching Better Call Saul episode 7 and then doing the podcast with like Charlie. And like, I don't know, like it was just a fun time. And I have some good memories attached with season 3 of Stranger Things. And like, and even just rewatching some of them, like I said, we rewatched the first 2 episodes of season 4. Very good episodes. Like season 4 episode 1 is so fucking good, man. The music, the way they introduce Eddie and like the D&D stuff, and then ending it with Chrissy's death, like teasing Vecna at the end and just like this big force, not knowing anything about him. Like it is so freaking good, man. And watching
season
that
4 is good as a whole. I really
season
like
4 is amazing. Yeah, like and that's why I say I don't even care about the Russian subplot. Like I think the Russian subplot is like adds even more onto it. It gives something to look forward to when it comes to Joyce and what's his name? balding dude?
Murray.
Murray.
Bro,
It-
where's Endo? Where's Endo?
It gives something.
I don't know. Where is he?
It gives something more to their characters. So yeah, I don't know. I think season 4. Well, no, you're saying Endo because that's the tennis player in Marty Supreme, or the ping pong player.
I actually mean, where is Endo? Like, he wasn't gone.
His name's Enzo.
Endo.
Yeah, you're saying no because Endo is the.
Aiden tried to give you an
fan-
out, bro. Aiden tried to give you an out, bro.
I was
And
so
you just-
convinced in my
and you
head.
lost.
No.
No, but that is fair because the ping pong player in Marty Supreme's name is Endo.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, Charlie. I'm spoiling.
No, quit trying. Aiden, you don't get to give him 3 opportunities to fucking get out of that. That's crazy.
Hey, whatever. Lay off my boy. He liked Marty Supreme. All right. Lay off.
Marty Supreme.
Anyways.
Marty Supreme. Did you know they made a Marty Supreme rap? Charlie, have you heard that?
Hey, y'all have a good night, man.
Oh, I thought he actually left. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I think season 4 is genuinely amazing. So it's very sad to see where we're at now.
No,
I don't remember what we were talking about last time, but yeah.
I'm pretty annoyed. Like I as time has gone on and I've reflected back, I'm like, this is very rough. This is very, very rough.
Yeah. The
We
more I
will
think about it, the
see-
more I sour up on it too. So
We will see how it all shakes out tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST and 6 p.m. or sorry, 7 p.m. These losers' time. But
yeah, you get to
With
order
that-
pizza. You don't have to worry about getting off of work and fucking rush hour traffic. Holy, what are we doing? Oh yeah, Stranger Things is on while the sun's still out. I love this. Let's go.
it's
Yeah,
no,
this
it's
is
dark
great.
by 5 p.m.
It's dark
buddy.
by
It's dark by
5.
5 p.m. buddy.
Is it, or is
Okay.
the sun still peeking out a little bit? Be real with yourself.
It's
It is
no,
not
it's dark.
by
Right
5
now,
p.m.
it's dark.
It-
Dude,
Nah.
the winter
peaks-
solstice was last week,
now
bro.
Right now it's dark because it's midnight, Charlie. Come on, right now. It's
No,
dark
the
'cause it's
winter
midnight.
solstice was last week, brother, or 2 weeks ago, something like that. It's
It's
This
dark
guy's
at
an
5
astrologer
at
now. Like,
5:30.
come on.
It's dark at 5:45. That's when it's
No.
Go study some constellations. Like, what are we doing here?
oh my gosh. So yeah, actually, dude, 5 p.m. I live in a town of 90,000 people, bro. It's not even that bad. Shut up, Aiden. With that being said,
What
Little bit of
what does
housekeeping.
population have to do with when it gets dark outside?
no,
What the
because you
fuck
said
are you
rush hour. I
talking
was going
about?
back to the rush hour
rush-
pizza ordering thing. Yeah, I was going back to that.
This guy is stuck on everything.
Rush hour, bro. Oh my
What?
God.
Stuck on
Rush-
I'm gonna
Rush
let it go.
hour
Charles,
traffic.
hop
Let me
off.
throw on
Charles,
season
hop off.
finale.
I'm gonna let it go because you guys are just stupid. You don't even know what you're
Hop
saying
off,
anymore.
Aiden. Hop
Yeah,
off,
endo. But you guys know you can leave us a comment and we will read it aloud next episode. Next episode, Benjamin will be reading them aloud. So if you want Benjamin to read something in specific, go ahead and comment down below. Or leave us fan mail if you're on Spotify, yada, yada, yada. But speaking of YouTube, if you're watching us on there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We are coming back at you next week with a brand new episode talking about the very finale we were just also talking about, but we will actually be talking about it because we'll know what we watched and we'll be talking about what we watched.
Hey, pushing 3 hours, by the way. Let's wrap it up.
Pushing 30, by the way.
Dude, I'm 25. What the fuck? Oh my god. Anyway, bro. And if you're on Spotify, please drop us a review. We would greatly appreciate it. If you have to give us 1 star because Ben and Aiden are fucking shitty hosts, then I guess do what you
sit in rush hour traffic.
do what you got to do. I guess. I mean, I don't like it, but I understand it. With that being said, we will see you guys in the next one. Adios.
Sayonara.
Be-